Oh boy.
Hello and good evening once again to the Initiative Order and to Chalice Twilight Roads. I would say it's a pleasure to see you all again, but I can't see you. It would be a bit creepy if I could. I can see these lovely people though, which is less creepy, I hope. So, as we have kind of left everyone last time, we were in a lovely, lovely situation, not at all dangerous for certain members of the party who may or may not be here for reasons I cannot control. But, you know, if they die, they die. Before we move on to the game, of course, we're going to say hello to everyone, to, you know, whatever ends that means. So please, we're going to start with the person to my bottom left, at least on my screen, Jago.
Hi, I'm Jago Ash. I'm playing Jack Hooper this evening. Oh boy, that was a fun set. That was so much fun last week. Oh, let's see how long that lasts before they inevitably murder me.
We can but hope. Holly.
Oh, that's me. Hello, hola. Hi, my name is Holly. I play Edlynnne Castron. I am currently dying of so many. I'm not dying. That's just depressing. Edlynnne could be dying, but you know, well, we'll find out. My brain doesn't work. I'm sorry.
All good. And Max.
Max, I'll be playing Jules. She's excited.
Is she? Is she?
Of all the emotions I expected, that wasn't it.
Somewhat, that's eerily on point for Jules, though, to be excited in the mess we found ourselves in.
I think you should be suspicious of Jules for that.
Were we not already suspicious of Jules? Like, come on.
She has literally done nothing wrong this whole game.
Exactly. That's what we have to be suspicious. That's what we have to be suspicious of her.
I have no words. On the ranks of other characters that have done nothing wrong, Lynn.
Hi, I'm Lynn. I play Cecily, and I've done nothing wrong yet. I am currently hiding behind Jules and Lottie, holding a rudimentary bomb. So there is still time for things to take a very wrong turn.
That's the start of a very dark joke. I don't know what the joke is, but that is the start of it.
I mean, there's always time for an explosive to make something worse.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, I am the forever ailing DM of this group, GM, whatever you want to call it. I am Ben, and once I was jinxed by a Jetatora. And if you know what that is, well done. If not, I can tell you, it's a very old English tale for someone who has been jinxed by an evil eye. There you are, education with your games.
The power of Google.
I really wish I was not sad enough to know what that is without needing to Google it.
And this is why you're here with us every Wednesday night.
Come back next week to find out more folk tales with Ben. That's just what we should do at this point.
Yeah, let's just do folk tales with Ben.
Spin-off miniseries.
English folklore.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
Have you got your hot chocolate?
Give me nightmares, not like good dreams.
Yeah.
Ghoulish.
No, they'll
Shaking
also
my
give you
sleep.
nightmares.
Yeah.
He will like find a way to twist it into a very scary tale.
Yeah.
I had a nightmare involving this group, so, you know, clearly it's affecting my psyche very well.
I don't know whether to take that as offensive or as a compliment.
I mean, we got
It is
paid to go to Sweden.
Oh, yes.
Regardless.
Stop there. Tell me no more.
Regardless.
I'm in.
Let's jump on into our intro and see you on the other side.
recap.
Literally
we're back.
not it.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for holding through our wonderful intro. And as you may have just heard the quick conversation there, we are going to move on to our recap for the week to find out exactly what happened last time in Chalice Twilight Roads. So, with the wonderful promise of a single happy-go-lucky void point, the happiest-go-lucky thing that will happen this evening.
I feel like
I'm
the
at max
person holding
void, so
a
someone else has to take it.
Really? But
Not it.
But you've
Not
got like
it,
a
I'm-
bomb in your hand at this point. I feel like you, I feel like you need the help as much as you get.
Max,
I'll
do
take
it.
it.
We don't. No, don't. Max, you do it because we don't want Jago to. do it.
No, I kind of want Jago to do it.
Max void point is 3, right?
I am starting the timer.
Jago, go.
Jago, go.
Okay, so opening to the session, we escape from the Inquisition, yada yada. We find our way to a warehouse where Kurt and his highwaymen have been using as a home base. Jules and Edlynnne plop Kurt on a bed. He's there resting. Happy dappy. Jack goes out, has a cry. It's all emotional and lovely. The remaining group discuss a plan on how to rescue Sam, which we, unlike terrible people, left behind in the Inquisition warship, which is on its way back here. Anyway, they're discussing. Jack hears a knock on the door, goes to investigate, gets taken over by this horrible hand monster that's been chasing us around. The rest of the group, oblivious to this, Jack walks back in, calls Subil alone for a little chat, says there's something that requires Sybil's expertise. There is nothing that would require Sybil's expertise. Jack socks Subil in the face, transforms, and then tries to suffocate Subil. Subil escapes. Jack throws a box at Subil. The rest of the group catch on. A fight ensues. Jack gets half his leg blown off. Gets very angry. The horrible hand monster that's been watching this whole thing, like the sports festival, loving it, gets shot by Jules. Falls through into the room where Kurt and his merry men are resting. And Eli, I think the name of the kid was, upon seeing this, slits his throat.
Yeah.
And that's the end.
I mean, that was pretty good, actually.
That was very succinct. Well done.
Nicely
1
done.
minute 30 seconds. Have a void point.
He's getting
Back up to
better.
3.
That is the quickest one I think Jago's ever done. Well done.
Well, see, it's going to be used to beat the shit out of you. So
no,
therefore
why don't
it
you use
matters.
Ben's chaos? He's got enough already.
Use the chaos, you do.
Stop using your word points. Use his chaos.
Look, I'm loving this right now. I'm going to
Bully
enjoy it while I
McGuire over
can.
here.
I'm not.
I'm going to enjoy it while I can.
Well, that then,
I'm impressed how well that went. Jesus, that's so.
I like to be surprised, and I was surprised.
I think that's the first time I've surprised anybody in a positive manner. It's a weird feeling of success.
Don't get used to it.
There's a
Yeah.
joke somewhere about surprise and time, and I'm just not going to make it. Right. So we return to the the heightened room in the back of a warehouse. We find, excuse me. We find Jules, Lottie, Cecily, and the slowly draining corpse of Eli, clustered together with the amalgamous thing that bears the face of the poor fisherman, of ginger beer. And slowly, as fingers reach down around Eli's face, you see slight nails starting to sever the skin running around the exterior edges of his head. You can already hear the sickening squelch of skin being separated from muscle as the sharpened nails free it. The multitudinous arms continue just to hold out, keeping the thing aloft as this fleshy sack hangs loosely beneath it. The three of you stand there, just watching, barely holding yourselves back. This large bomb grasped in your hands, ready to go off at any moment. Lottie rapidly trying to shove another round into a rifle as you hear the sound of the metal sliding off of the edge of it and dropping to the floor. Immediately, her hand just slips back to her pouch, trying to draw out another one. And even as you move against the shadows of the moonlight, you can see the great form of who you thought your friend Jack to be, looming just behind the window. You hear shouts coming from outside, screams from Subil. Jules, you're still just there, aware of what's happened outside, and you can hear Edlynnne stood on the top of the stairs, screaming abuse at this thing that lurks in the room with you. And as you all tense yourself, prepare for whatever may come next, we move first to Jack. Please.
I don't like that look.
Take your action.
Rude.
So, right, I don't like how my leg was almost blown off last turn. So, I reach through the window, grab the lady with the gun, and just fling her to the other end of the room.
Easily attempted. With a crash, the window on the far side of the room gives way, breaking everyone from that moment of stupor they were in, even causing the creature to the right, the creature in the center, to skitter away slightly, trying to keep out of the way of this arm it almost sensed arriving before it comes through. In a shower of glass and broken wood, Jago, please make an attack check. It is just going to be difficulty 1. As she's definitively not expecting it.
Yeah, that's
She's not
okay.
behind cover.
Not anymore?
No, I'm behind her and you.
That is what the cover means to be. It's only one success, but that was enough.
Your arm smashes through and wraps around her. It's not quite large enough to fully lift her bodily up, but enough to grab her by the shoulder and start to pull. If you can make me we're going to say, just roll me a damage check, and then we'll be spending 2 chaos.
4 dice of damage. 4, 5, 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Wonderful. Thank you very much. And 2 burned chaos as Lottie is grabbed by the arm and you just kind of pull her back towards you. You don't have the strength to actually fling her directly across the room, but you do grab her and pull her towards you and let go. She flies several feet off and smashes into the crates and boxes that were arrayed in the far corner of the room earlier on. In, again, this further shower of broken wood, and you see plates and other implements that will come inside just rolling out as she goes to try and lift herself up. Roll me 2 more points of damage there, Jago.
That is 2 points of damage.
Wonderful. Do you also have your minor action left?
It's not really worth moving. I'm where I need to be, so... I mean, with my size, it's not like I can take cover either, so... I guess I'll just stay put then. Yeah, actually... am I within a position to reach Subil where I am?
No, you'd have to move around to get to him.
All right, well, let's do that then. We'll make a little jaunt over to where Subil is, and hopefully that'll break line of sight with Nasty Gun Lady.
You draw your arm free, again, just pulling back as more and more glass and wood follows you, and slide around. Your arm still drags somewhat with it, breaking more and more of that small room apart as you loop around, bring yourself back into line of sight of Edlynnne. There is still a window running around the exterior edge of that building, so you're going to be in line of sight of everyone.
Okay.
But you close in, towering over Subil as he tries to just pick himself up, still recovering from the last strike. At which point it moves on to one of our heroes who would like to move first.
The gap that Jack has created in the window, is that big enough for me to throw a bomb at him through?
Yes. You'll have to spend your minor action to rush over to the hole itself, but you can definitely fling the bomb through.
This could go horribly wrong, but I would like to throw a bomb at Jack, please, because if I throw it at the entity that's in the room, I think, because there's no wall in there, but at least there's like a bank of windows and stuff in between me and Jack.
Fuck
like to, while Jack is headed towards Edlynnne. He's dealt with Lottie, so I'm going to go and try and explode Jack a bit. Set him on fire, slow him down.
Absolutely fine. If you sprint across the room, taking the opportunity of the thing that's kind of moved away from the window, grab that opening, charge over, light the bomb as you run, reach the edge, and can you make me? He hasn't moved very far, but I assume you want this to be far enough that it won't splash back?
Ideally, yes.
Yeah.
So brawn.
It'd be brawn. We'll say brawn engineering as you have.
Good, because I've got to focus and explosives.
That seems fair.
I am so here for this.
Do we have any momentum? Because I might just buy another dice.
I don't believe we do.
Safe.
No, you didn't have
No, okay. Be good to me, dice.
I mean, I can remind you, you can give me chaos.
I don't really want to do that though. You've got enough already.
Yeah, you got enough.
I know you just spent 2, but I'm not going to let you have that back. I'm just going to pray that my dice are good to me.
I mean, you got to focus, so.
Yeah. I mean, it's only 3.
Oh, well. Yeah. Still got a chance.
Yes. Okay, it's 2 successes, but no crit.
I mean, that's absolutely fine. I assume you didn't roll any 20s.
No, I did not. I have 11. I rolled a 7 and a 9.
You make me sad.
No, I
wonderful. The bomb flies through the air, tumbling away and landing just behind Jack as he looms towards Subil. There's a sudden crack and enormous explosion as everything inside detonates, sending shards of pottery, small pieces of cutlery, and other various bits that you found inside. Nails, syringes, whatever you could find was just shoved
like a
in
shrapnel grenade or something.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a room full of gunpowder boxes and stuff. So, you know,
I mean,
flammable,
man.
Fires things, stuff goes everywhere.
Doesn't feel very badass.
I just found my new favorite character, man. That's so cool.
Doesn't feel very badass, but
we're going to call this... We're going to say this is going to be 6 damage.
Hang about, then you just get 2 more d6s out.
With Vicious.
With Vicious. Okay, actually, I'll just roll 4 and then I'll roll 2 more.
Remind me what Vicious does.
Every effect she rolls is 2 damage instead of 1.
I'm going to double check how much armor I've got now.
I have 3 Cthulhu heads and 1 blank.
Yeah.
On the first roll, and I'm just going to roll the next 2. Ooh. 1 more Cthulhu head and the other one I dropped. 2 points of damage.
Take 10 damage, Jago.
Reduce that by 7.
That's 3 damage.
So 3 damage. I'm still kicking!
Just about?
Yeah.
It really hurts, but I'm still kicking.
The explosion sends Jack stumbling forward slightly, and you kind of have to catch yourself to not just immediately collapse onto the ground and lose all sense of stability. As the just kind of aftermath of the explosion settles, you can see random debris is just littering the area at the moment. The roof currently has all sorts of stuff just pointing out of it, and there has been a scatter shot of new holes added, sending this wonderful rain-like pattern of moonlight just running across Jack's form, as you can see again more and more shrapnel just poking out of his back.
Resist the
You're
urge
my
to make the
favorite.
reference. Resist the urge to make the reference.
Sanic.
Resisting the urge to make the reference.
Do it.
However, in that moment,
I'm not
as
doing
kind
it.
of the attention
I'm
of
not
the
doing it.
party is drawn back behind you, just reacting to the explosion, there's a sudden burst of skittering. The thing drops Eli. The skin of his face now severed so heavily on the right side that the right hand side of it just kind of peels off in a flap, where you can see blood just oozing up behind it and slowly leaking down. His lifeless body just discarded to the ground, his eyes wide open, his mouth slightly ajar. The knife loosely kind of dropped by his left hand. The thing skitters over him, arms slapping onto the ground, grabbing hold of anything it can to just pull itself forwards, and moves directly for the door. Pulling itself down and through it just to directly slam straight into Edlynnne.
Oh, can he? Oh, no.
You draw your blade.
It's squishy, you've got a blade.
You go to draw your blade, and as you do, the just incomprehensible face that lingers beneath, slowly shifting and breaking as if the skin has no singular form. You see it move from the fisherman to Ginger Beer to Eli to a monk of Eledro.
Oh, fucking!
And it just hisses
spooky
at
bitch.
you.
Is it
As
a
it
face I would
moves in.
know, or just like, is it what I recognize?
It's one of the monks that you trained with for your early years.
Damn. Do I have to? Was I able to draw my sword? I want to.
You go to draw your blade, and as you do, it just hisses at you in a voice that twists and mixes into a combination of all those you've heard before. And then just at the end, a voice that, despite never hearing it, you recognize as that of a young child. Turn it on yourself. Quicker, easier. Do it. As it makes a mental attack against you as it closes in.
Fuck off, you spooky bitch! No.
Back off, yes, spooky bitch.
Fuck off, you spooky.
How much courage does Edlynnne have?
Surprisingly 0, which makes no fucking sense for her.
Oh, you need to get them mental stats on.
I know, I need to get them fucking. I don't like his reactions.
You take 4 mental stress.
That kind of sucks.
And
No,
you just find yourself unconsciously turning your blade towards your own chest.
Right, Edlynnne, you've already done the self-killing thing. Don't do it again, please. Why did I say more?
It's completely unbidden, but as the thing just looms over you, you just get the feeling of the feeling of touch running up your arm and slowly guiding your hand to place. As if something's just there, urging you to finish the job.
Can I try to fight it?
It then goes to your turn, or anyone's turn.
I would like, seeing as I'm literally, I'd like to
Go, bitch.
fucking
Go.
fight it the best I can. Try to get move the back of my hand and like slice of. I just want to fight it, basically.
Absolutely fine. Twisting your blade in place, you kind of brace and go to swing. Make me an agility fighting check, please. It is opposed for fairly obvious reasons.
Oh,
And what I will do,
rather
rather than doing everything at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm going to roll it first and tell you what your difficulty is. Difficulty 4.
Oh, for fuck's sake. So we have no momentum.
I didn't
Nope.
generate one with my 2 successes, did I? No.
No, because you only got as many as you needed.
Yeah.
We have no momentum. I
You can
have
use
half a void
chaos.
point. I'm not giving Ben chaos for the fucking life of me because he will
I
make
did
me-
just spend chaos.
How much chaos are we on now?
How much
you
chaos did you just
dropped
spend?
to 29, as I spent
how much
3.
did-
Just take a little chaos.
If I take chaos, can I guarantee it goes into Ben's pool of chaos and not Jago's pool of chaos?
I mean,
Can we
We
choose
have the
which-
same pool of chaos.
Can I just say that if Jago spends chaos, it's not the chaos that I generate?
Sure, yeah,
So, sure.
that's fine.
I'm gonna say it, and then I'm gonna. No, actually, no. I'm not gonna do chaos.
Alright.
You say it was agility.
Agility fighting.
Agility fight. Okay, so 14. Melee weapons would count as a focus, right? Because swords.
Oh god, yes.
Okay, so if I roll a 5, if I roll
Million
two
times, yes.
fives, if I roll two fives, I
You could void point one of them as a
Yeah, but we don't
as
have void
two.
point.
I have
got
a half.
half
I
a
have
void
half
point.
a void point.
Oh.
You do have half a void point.
You gave me half a void point last week.
I'll let you set it to a success, but not a critical success.
That works.
That's something.
Yeah, but then
Wait, but doesn't it have to be 2 successes?
It has to be
for
2.
it?
Yeah.
fives.
Yeah, so that's not gonna
Yeah.
work. You
Yeah.
just get
I'll
You got
I'm
this.
just gonna roll.
I
Okay,
believe
I'll
in
just
you.
roll that.
roll them bones.
That's one pass. I've already screwed up. This
Oh.
one found the floor. Oh fuck's sake! Not 20.
Oh no.
Oh no!
You draw your blade back.
Edlynnne, I made you for fighting. What the fuck?
You draw your blade back and go to swing forward. As you do, the hands that you felt running up your hand along your arm seem to grip. And as you draw your blade back, you actually find your arm twisting in slightly, and it draws across your own face.
That's fine. Her face is fucked up anyway at this point. How
The
much?
blade slides from the bottom left hand, follows up along, and just hits the kind of point of your nose and chips off, leading a new, fresh line of blood. As you scream from the impact of the blade, one of the hands darts out and just wraps around your face.
Oh
What armor
no!
do you have?
Armor. 5.
You take no damage.
I was
Yes.
going to say, because she's hitting herself in the face, technically with her sword, doesn't it also hit her power thing to
Yeah, 'cause she can then
upgrade her
manipulate-
weapon?
She can manipulate the sword
Can she
to...
buff her sword?
So
and just
technically,
take it?
wouldn't that buff her sword?
Can I give you give you 2 KOs to say that I've buffed my sword up even more because technically it's got
I'm
point
going to
it.
have to be cruel and say no in this
Damn it.
scenario, as it didn't
We're
lay blade
trying.
long enough.
Damn it.
But the
Oh.
hand slaps into your face, and I'm going to expend 2 more chaos. It deals you no damage. The impact isn't strong enough, and even as the sharpened claws scrape along the metal portion of your skull, sending sparks darting out into the relative darkness,
It's set
the
fire.
hand just slams you to the side, flinging you out of its way. You hit the side of the wall, and it begins to just skitter down the stairs, moving directly for Subil.
Does the hit of the
Oh,
wall
dear.
cause me any damage?
No,
Or is
again,
that-
it just kind of smacks into the back of your head. It's enough that causes you to curse, but not deal you actual pain.
You basically bounce now, Eddie.
Rubber ball.
Next.
I guess that's me.
That's not the
Leaves you to
roll
you, yeah.
I did.
I guess I'm
Ban
going
those
to
dice jail.
get at the top of the stairs and fire in the back of
Yeah,
it.
you're gonna dice gel. Fuck off.
Easily done. You rush after him, literally just trying your best to not look at Eli. Hit the end, pull your pistol, and you can just see it slowly kind of moving down. As you raise your pistol, the entire mass of it shifts and breaks, and you just see hands reaching out from behind. And just in the middle of them, you see Ginger's face staring out at you and just screaming, "Don't!" Take a shot.
Didn't like
Do
that.
it, Jules, do it.
Didn't like that. Didn't like that at all.
So mean.
3 and a 5. I don't have any bonuses, so that's 2 passes.
That's 1 more than you needed. Generate 1 momentum.
Yay, we have momentum, guys! We have momentum! I'll do that. Not you, Jago. You're not on our team.
I can't wait to spend it.
I'll
No,
do
you don't
it.
get to fucking
You don't
touch
get to
your
use it. No. We say no. It's a team thing.
Yes, it's team vote. We say no. No momentum for you.
Just make a banner, no momentum for Jago.
We've grounded you from the momentum pool. Okay.
Remind me what
Fine, I'll
a
just
flintlock
chaos.
pistol does in damage.
It will be 4 damage plus your insight modifier.
Wait, did you have a revolver?
Plus,
There are flintlocks in the room.
we got
Oh.
given. Well, I don't have my revolver anymore.
Oh yeah, true.
4. That is a 2, a 1, so that's 3, and then 2 Cthulhu faces.
Wonderful.
Now the question is a smooth ball?
The
Ben
shot
gets it.
just pierces through. You see the skin of Ginger's face contort and depress as the round goes straight through one of the eye sockets.
Oh, and then plus 2 damage because of my insight.
Wonderful.
Sorry.
It's 2 more dice instead of.
Oh, 2.
Damage. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's all right.
A Cthulhu face and a damage.
Cool. 2. Awesome.
Oh,
It explodes. We all survive the end.
yeah.
Dead.
Even better than that, you not only hurt it, you deal it an injury as the round goes through Ginger's face and causes the entire thing to rupture. Immediately, you just watch the image of him kind of deflate and scream. You realize for a moment that the scream begins as Ginger's and then rapidly deforms and breaks into this horrifying shrill screech as the entire thing halts in place and just reels backwards, the arms twisting and snapping in place as you just hear this cavalcade of breaking bone and snapping and tearing flesh as it just twists, slamming arms back into the wall behind it, and this conglomeration of 4 different visages are brought around to twist and look distinctly at you.
Does it now have 2 injuries?
Lottie. And technically, Subil.
We all know what Sybil's going to do. He's going to run.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Subil,
his only option for running will be into the warehouse itself, as up the stairs is only going to lead him directly into the thing.
If he ran into the warehouse, like
He moves, theoretically, he moves into open ground near Jack.
right.
Hello.
This might be the first time Sybil can't run.
How close is he to Eddie?
Eddie is on the other side of the creature.
Okay.
Subil should really pick up some parkour.
Yeah, you really should.
Parkour.
Yeah.
He would so say. Someone would so say that one.
He would. He would.
Parkour!
I mean, he
Parkour.
did run across all those rooftops.
He did.
And I'm,
He did a
and I'm
good
pretty
job
sure
there.
he was saying parkour through all of it.
Well, he's got to
If I
run.
can, I will ask you to make a insight observation check for Subil.
Does anybody have a sheet?
I'm going to hazard a guess that he's probably looking for a 13, and you want 2 successes.
Who wants to do that?
I've
My
only
dice
got
are
10
shit today.
combined.
Not
Can
you,
I do
Jago.
it?
No, you're not on our team. Go away.
I've got 10 combined for insight observation.
As in, you're rolling as Subil, and we're
Oh,
going to assume
right.
he needs a 13 or less.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to do that?
You can
Do it, yeah.
While Max is doing that, can I just check the hand entity? He's got 2 injuries now. I think it picked up 1 last session.
It hasn't, actually. It only picked up the 1.
Okay.
I got a 6 and a Cthulhu face, which is on this is a 1. So that's
perfect.
3 passes.
Sybil, as he picks himself up, just glances across the room, trying to get some semblance of an idea of where he could go. And as he does, his eyes glint just over to the doorway where Jack assaulted him earlier, and realizes that there's this shred of light still emanating in from the door on the other side, which is just obfuscated a bit by the shadow of a thing moving in, this very human silhouette that seems to be moving with a very unnatural gait, and you just see a hand kind of reach in, grab hold of the door, and start pulling itself in. You can't see anything more of it, just really from kind of the arm up.
Oh, I'm tired for you guys now. There's more of that stuff? Oh, nuts.
You can't see any more from his current angle.
And he's got Jago, Jack pretty much right next to him.
More or less on top of him, yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna probably whip out his gun and shoot at the thing the hands coming from his face because he hates hands. Well, we've all been he doesn't have
Yeah,
yours.
we've
We've all been given.
We've all got
flintlocks now.
I keep sorry.
So yeah, he's going to do that.
Go for it. I'm going to be hazarding guesses here. I'm going to say he's probably got a 9, knowing Subil.
Yes.
It is just going to be difficulty 1. At the end of the day, Jack could not be an easier target if he tried.
He's going to aim specifically for the mouth because it's hands.
Okay. We're going to call it difficulty 2 in that case.
Who wants to roll? I can't do it
first. Why not?
It's a lot of pressure and I'm scared.
I'll do
I'll
it.
try.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how many successes? 2 successes.
2 successes.
We're going for a 9.
We can add a momentum if you want.
Yeah, is Subil allowed to have that momentum?
Yeah, I say sure.
Enough censure. Okay, right, we'll do that.
Okay, we
So
don't have any more
Subil
momentum.
gets
I don't trust those dice. I don't use them enough. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but he's
stick-
on our team.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 2.
Oh, that's
Nice.
good.
That's a 6.
Ooh,
So that's
that's
2
good.
plus 3.
That's a hit.
Yeah, that's what you
And
need.
that's a 19. So 2 successes, but no complications.
I need to double check with myself if
Does
Subil
Subil
has
have
an
an
injury.
injury?
Oh, if it's complication, I just
He
no,
does.
it wasn't.
He did,
You said,
yeah,
You
he
said
got
you said it
memories.
wasn't.
Memories last session.
He does.
Yeah.
I agree with Lynn, honestly, he didn't.
Yeah, I don't
Shot-
remember Ben.
he fires the shot easily. It flies clean and literally just clinks off of a piece of the kind of rocky features around the exterior edges of Jack's mouth and impacts straight into the hands inside.
Oh,
There is a howl of pain, not only from Jack, but from the creature.
Oh.
I need you to roll 4 damage. Jack, you have no armor against this.
Ooh, fuck.
Yep.
Okay.
Get wrecked.
This is gonna be a. Is this gonna
If
be
I
a
can have
David
that
and
set of
Goliath?
Cthulhu
thing?
face as I had just now again, I would be very, very happy. Okay.
We got
one
a
more time.
David and Goliath thing
1
going
point
on.
of damage. Blank. Cthulhu face. Last one. Cthulhu face.
Okay, so it's 3 damage in total.
0, baby.
Said no armor against this, Jack.
Yeah, no, 0 health. I'm done. That's it. Zero stress.
That's just an injury then.
Yep.
Get wrecked.
David versus
Sorry,
Goliath.
I've been wanting to say it through for so long.
You deal an injury directly to Jack and hear this continuing screech of pain coming from the creature as it has already locked its attention on Jules. Jules, you watch as it just drops down, barely supporting its own weight now, and screeching, these faces contorting and breaking into one another, moving from 4 to 3 to 2 to 4, and screaming. It is going to spend 3 chaos to ignore the injury, showing that it has tough. Jack, on the other hand, does not get to ignore the injury.
Okay.
The bullet hits the interior of your mouth and bounces before tearing out of the left-hand side of your mouth,
Shit.
separating and tearing the flesh open, and leaving, as you kind of scream, you put extra pressure onto it and just tear it clean, leaving you with half of a Jersey smile.
Cool beans.
Shards of teeth follow after the round.
God, Sam is going to be so terrified of us when he next sees us.
You
Sam
twist
doesn't want to
his
see us
blade,
this time.
holding down as you feel just this rush of movement traveling up your stomach, through your intestines, up your throat, and vomiting forth as a selection of arms just belch forth from your body and collapse onto the floor.
Oh.
Massed in bile and viscera, they just continue to twitch like a dying spider as you just drop down, gripping yourself or holding yourself just up and continue just to retch.
Am I still bigger at this point?
You're still giant.
Oh my god. I have hit 0, so does that mean
more and more of it empties from you? You feel more of your own faculties returning. Your mind starts to click. The voice that was in the back of your head urging you to crush and kill fades. You can hear it just screaming as it gets quieter and quieter and quieter. As you regain full control of yourself.
At 0 stress.
At 0 stress and 1 injury.
Yeah.
Yay! Now
He's
you can use our
back!
momentum.
Now you're recovering
Yay!
momentum.
Yeah, now you
I
We
want
got-
my
we got
chaos
none
back.
If Ben lets you, you can have one of my void points.
As you kind of start to try and pick yourself up, you turn just to look at that doorway, and much as Subil saw, you just see this figure kind of collapse through it. A distinctly human form as it starts to kind of just walk through, followed by the image of the second one behind it. Just this normal human shape. Apart from its unnatural movement, you would see it as nothing more than a man. However, as it steps out and the moonlight starts to just dance across its completely featureless face, you see nothing but white skin over where its eyes, nose, and mouth should linger. Its jaw dropping down in this mouthless howl as it starts to just collapse forward. There's no effort in its movement. It's just falling over itself and just making its way into the room. You watch as you see another one step in behind it, and the shadows of more dancing across the windows. Now you're aware of them. 6 chaos is burnt.
Oh my god, 6 of those
That's
fucking things
6.
fucked up.
That's
Yeah.
6 chaos. That's barely any.
There's also 6 of those things, whatever they are, just
I mean, we're almost
husks of just
almost
rocked
down
up.
to 20 chaos now. That's one positive from
Like 23 chaos.
I liked being on the other side.
The
You know
winning
what?
side.
Edlynnne should have just let the thing stab her. Honestly.
As I
think
say,
it
you
did, it
see
got
these things just starting to make their way in. These
Causing any damage.
faceless husks of people. As we return and allow you to control Lottie for a turn.
Right, did she take an injury from being slammed into the...
Oh, God, yes.
Okay.
She took a mental injury earlier and is currently suffering from visions. From
Can
Lottie's
I-
perspective,
Oh,
as she kind of steadies herself with the rifle, kind of picking herself up from the rubble, under the breaking glass that breaks around her, and the sounds of screaming from outside, she just struggles, blinks, and just feel heat burning up around her, the burns on her face intensifying, and she just gets flashes of memories. She glances out of the window and sees the creature contorting, and sees the faces of her father, her brother, mother, sister, all of them screaming and burning in front of her. Just beyond reach, completely unable to help them. And she just gets flickers of that, the fires darting in and out of her vision, as if this strange shutter-like effect, as if she's watching the world in slowed frames. She still gets an action.
Seems like a type of person who would go out guns blazing.
Hmm.
So she's probably going to either reload her gun or whip out a pistol.
Mm-hmm. The gun will take an action. The pistol will be free.
What do you think, guys?
I think,
Yeah, she gonna shoot some shit.
can
I say
she...
do the pistol.
What can she reach from where she is? Can she reach the hand entity that's sort of near ready?
She will definitely be able to take a shot at the entity, even if she just draws her pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she can do that.
Let's-
Yeah.
I
Let's
think
do
we
it.
can that.
Yeah. She reaches down for her pistol, drawing Mercy cleanly free from its holster and just leveling a shot as best she can. I need someone to make a shot for her. She is looking for, I say, scanning her sheet quickly, 14s. She needs 2. Whoever is willing.
Jago.
I like the
You're in the
gun.
team now. You can do it.
The gun's
back
called
with us.
Mercy, did you say?
You're looking
The
for
gun is called
14s.
Mercy, yes.
Please tell me she's got
14s
another one
crits
called
on twos?
Vindication, like Wax in the Mistborn novels.
That is a crit and failure. It's not a complication, but so 2 successes.
Okay. Easily done. She levels the shot and fires. It's 5 damage from her, please.
3, that's 4, 5 dice. Oh, big damage. 6, 7, 8 damage. Does it have any effects on it? Because there's a Cthulhu face in there.
Nope.
Okay.
8 damage, you say? Wonderful.
Mm.
The shot pierces into the thing, and again, you just see this sudden burst of blood emanate out from the creature. A spray of silver coats the wall behind it. You watch as the mass of its form kind of starts to just collapse in on itself, starting to fill the wound. You see fingers just reaching out and interlocking, immediately covering it back up as she deals it another injury.
Got 1 injury left.
1 injury left. But it's now her turn, isn't it?
It is its turn now,
Yeah.
as that was all of you.
Again, I'm just gonna. I'm not
I
even
get 2
Edlynn's gonna say this.
turns?
I'm
I'm
saying,
special.
fuck off, you spooky bitch.
Give it
All I'm
a
good
whack.
for. My dice ain't good. I'm not gonna deal any
Eddie,
fucking
if we
damage. So I'm
ever-
just gonna throw it fucking insults.
If we ever do merch, please can we release a series of coasters that just have "fuck off, you spooky bitch" written?
It's not mine. I've got it from. It's like a TikTok sound, so we'd have to find where it's from. We'll just put it in
God.
like fucking
Yeah.
different languages. And something.
Back off, yes. Spooky bitch.
Either way, the creature contorting in place, it just snaps its arms off and starts to steady itself. Literally, you watch as a hand reaches out, grabs onto the rail, and it just breaks apart. The wrist just desiccates and rots, causing the arm to just fall slightly slack and leaving this hand still gripping the corrugated iron there. And it just continues to just try and hold itself up. The faces twisting in and out of one another lock their attention again at Jules and continue just to scream, slowly pulling this half-rotted image of Beer out once more. His face half-desiccated, eye dropping loosely from its socket. You see blood and mucus lacing out from his nose and filling across his beard as he just begs you, "Save me!"
Jules, through her gritted teeth, is just yelling, "You're not real!"
It does, however, inflict you with another bout of mental stress. What's your courage, Jules?
2.
Not a good face. That's not a good reaction.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no! Jules.
10 mental stress.
Okay, so that's 8 technically with my courage.
Oh,
Oh,
my
no.
God.
That
That's-
had piercing 7.
What the fuck?
Sorry, piercing 8, technically.
I don't know what any of that means.
It
But I'm
ignores
scared.
8
Ignores armor.
points of courage.
It ignores armor.
Ben, I have
so-
an actual question.
So it is
for you.
10.
I have a question for you.
Yeah. Is
What
it why
side
you
of
hate
the
us?
No, it's like, what side of the fucking bed did you wake up on this morning for you to be this mean?
I woke up after a perfect night's rest, I'll have you know.
Oh,
And thought,
what?
you know what?
This is him in a good mood.
Yeah.
If you're able to stop an injury with chaos, am I able to stop it with a void point?
No, but you can spend a void point to make it so you simply collapse rather than die.
Well, I'm not dead.
Yeah. Yet. Well, did that drop you to 0?
No. I just don't want the injury.
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
Unfortunately not. But
That
you
should be
do
a
take the
talent.
injury.
Okay.
That should be a talent. Spend a void point to ignore an injury.
Fairly sure it is, which is why I
Okay.
kind of have to say no.
Okay, that's fair.
Huh. Okay. Note
Making
that
it
down
our
for a
life
level
mission
up
to
stuff.
find- Yeah,
As you kind of
find it.
scream, you're not real. You realize you're doing so through tears. And as you're kind of doubling back, you find your you find your hands wrapping around that pistol again and just unconsciously raising it up and slowly putting the barrel into your own mouth. It's only as you kind of grip hold of your mind at the last moment you manage to just pull it out as your finger depresses the trigger and sends a round flying off into the ceiling. Your brain is plagued with sudden visions as if you're looking out of someone else's eyes. You see what you're fairly sure is the oil lantern. You feel yourself stepping forward towards this large imperial figure, his face hidden behind a silver mask, cut only to reveal piercing blue eyes staring out from the other side as he draws a long blade and rams it through your chest. You hear your name being shouted at you from the side as you twist to see your husband watching you as your life drains from the wound. And you just know that you're witnessing Ginger's last moments. And as you kind of blink, push those images away, you watch as the thing, seemingly reinvigorated, with every moment of suffering you feel, you watch as it just grows in stature, its arms start to reform, and it just snaps onto the walls, onto the handles, and starts pulling itself back up the stairs towards you. As we move back to one of you.
What would my injury be, by the way? Is it visions?
Definitely visions.
Can I still do anything on 0 or not? Or
Yeah,
am I
you can
like
still act. It's only when you hit 3 injuries that you no longer act.
okay?
I was just going to put in here that I was going to try and use reassuring to cure Jules's mental injury.
You'll need to actually kind of put time into
No, we can
help.
do that in the downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it in downtime. Okay.
I would like to fucking try to stab this thing again.
You go ahead and do your stabbing while I think.
Lots of anger, lots of shouting, lots of how fucking dare you take control. No, just. She's a
Go
very
for it.
angry Wishian who hasn't landed a shot yet.
It is going to fight you back, obviously.
Yeah, you do your thing first.
You will need 3 successes to draw.
Ooh. Momentum? Do we have any? No.
I'm not allowed to keep track.
No, we don't.
Let's just go and see. 18. That's not a complication, so.
I mean, that's the thing.
And a 19, which is because I've got an injury. For fuck's sake, man!
You swing your blade out, attempting to try and put it off at the last moment, but it just completely ignores you. Slapping your sword from your hand, you feel it slip from your fingers and clatter onto the stair next to you before dropping and just falling between them. You hear it impact onto the warehouse floor below as it just climbs over you directly towards Jules.
You know what? I would have rather it just fucking attacked, honestly.
That's it. One of
Unfortunately, it's
them.
moving on. You've still got your minor action. You just miss the swing. As I say, the sword flings from your hands and it just collapses over you, seeming at this point to be so focused on bringing Jules down.
What can I can't do any attacks in a minor action, can I?
No.
Grab it. Just grab it.
Sneeze
Stop
on
it from moving.
Give it fucking COVID.
Die. You may kill me, but I'll have the final laugh.
Bacteria is your weakness, like the aliens from War of the Worlds. Can I? Is there anything? Can I just actually? Can I use Guardian and actually put myself between it and Jules?
I'm happy for you to do that if and when it makes an attack against Jules. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. I don't know what to do for a minor action, but I'm probably just gonna keep near and then.
If you want to literally just reach out and try and grab it, I'm down with that.
Yeah, I'll try doing that, which is definitely going to cause a lot of injury for Edlynnne, but I want to do that. But if and or when it attacks Jules, I'm saying it now, I'm using Guardian to...
Okay. You lash out after dropping the blade and just try and grab hold of any part of it. As I said, just this amalgamation of limbs. You're not lacking for something to grip. So you grab hold of an arm, literally wrapping your arm around its forearm, your hands around its forearm, and try to pull back. We're going to call this an opposed brawn athletics check.
Dice do good if you don't want to go to jail. I need something. I need this to work.
You need to have this conversation with them before the stream so they know the consequences.
Did have the conversation with them before the stream, and they're just being, yeah, no, fuck you, Holly.
Did you demonstrate with the acid?
I don't have acid yet. I don't.
Okay, well, I'll get you some
God in them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, brawn athletics, yeah?
Brawn athletics.
There's no momentum, so I'm going with 2. I'm going to guess Ben's used more. I'm not giving him chaos to buy more dice.
You are currently looking to beat 1.
Well, see there, I also got 1.
So it's a draw.
It's a draw.
It is a draw.
Normally, I would say if you have momentum, I'll let you break the tie, but as we've just established...
My half a void point.
You can spend the half a void point.
Yeah.
Max, are you happy for me to take my half
go
void
for
point?
it. You do you.
I'm spending my half void point to actually do something useful this
Slay, queen.
Slay.
Come on, Edlynnne, do
Slay.
something.
You want to
You
slay.
literally just grip. The thing, so weakened at this point, tries to urge forward and just can't. It stops in place. From Jules's perspective, you watch it move to descend on you before just...
I
and
want that
look
to
back
happen.
to see Edlynnne standing, wrapping her arms around it, and just with her left hand reaches out to the iron just to steady herself. And you watch as the metal warps and bends, wrapping itself around Edlynne's hand and literally anchoring her in place.
I want to, while this is happening, I just want to say something going, how do you like being fucking grabbed and having no control, huh? Not fun, is it? Full on petty, like fucking petty bitch that I'm making her to be now because she's in a bad mood. She is in such a bad fucking mood. Well, when they're not being tortured by hand things. She was in a good mood when she had her crayons, okay? She was living life. She was loving
when she was planning with the crayons.
You scream your insults at it, and as you do, it just thrashes around in place. You watch again several of these faces just twist through the morass of its corpses, and just kind of leer out at you. I will take you as long as I take the child.
Fucking a day. No, don't be. No, I'm gonna be fucking angsty, bitch. Fucking try it. I swear down, man. I will hunt you down wherever you go, because you know I'll fucking find you if I die. Like, literally saying that.
Yeah.
Literally just fucking shouting at it at this point. Half in Wishian. Actually, no, not even in Wishian. All in fucking, like, in Chalician. So they can hear all this. And she is just full on focused on...
I think Edlynnne is the real monster here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not trapped in here with you.
Edlynnne
You continue
mad.
to scream and berate the creature
She wants
as it's
her
there.
child and her crayons back, okay? She's a woman with... she's a woman who just wants her crayons back.
God damn.
Jack.
Give...
My crayons!
Jack, from your perspective, You're there just picking yourself up as these faceless things just lumber into the room. You watch and you see a total of 6 of them at this point, having kind of made their way in. No more shadows seem to follow them. Each and every one of them wears a different form of dress. There's one dressed in the in a protectorate uniform, another holding themselves in quite what would have once been quite a lovely dress, another just some form of fisherman. Whoever they are, whatever they were, is long gone now, and they just kind of slowly kind of make their way in. The moment you start to pick yourself up, one kind of falls over itself and just lunges out, reaching to wrap itself around you. Can you make an opposed fight check for me?
Oh boy, what fun. I can't wait to take a second injury. Whoopsie-doo. Okay, brawn, athletics, because fun shit is fun shit. Oh boy. Well, that's 2 successes.
That gives you 2 momentum as you beat it by 2.
Hey,
Do you want to do it, Jago? Because you are technically now on our team.
but that would bring us to 0 again.
Well, you beat it.
Momentum. You beat it by 2.
Yeah, I beat it by 2.
So we have
means
2
you
momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
get 2
so but if
momentum,
but
you can hit it back.
I beat it by 2.
Yeah.
See, I thought, okay, I'm confused. Things going right for us.
I know, it's odd.
Out of it. Give me them. I think that is that 4 or 5 dice of damage. Because big rocky form. I think that's only 4. I'm gonna go with 4.
Give me 1 second, I'll be right.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. Wonderful. You slam your fist into the creature and just cause it to kind of fall back a little bit. You watch as your blow that would normally have caved its chest in and caused its spine to rupture. It just kind of reels with the blow. You watch as this long kind of shockwave courses across its face. You see the skin ripple, and then you see something kind of lingering underneath the flesh. Where normally you would see a skull, you instead see a mass of writhing things, as if maggots and leeches were hidden just beneath the skin, crawling about inside.
Some zombies over here.
It only takes 1 point of damage.
What the fuck?
It has 3 armor.
Jesus. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Which leads us back to you guys as you see more of them kind of moving in. It will be... There are 5 of them left to act, I will warn you.
Oh, shit, we're doing individually.
I have a feeling if we destroy the main thing with us, that's kind of like the mastermind kind of thing, because it took damage and Jago took damage. So maybe
I've got two ideas.
I mean, I've got to do the harsh thing and go, you may know that.
The character may not.
Communicate that. As Eddie.
I know,
okay.
I'm not.
Yeah.
It's Eddie's theory as well, but like that's at least what I'm thinking.
Scream it, shout it, tell your friends.
Okay, Eddie would probably scream that at some point.
We're gonna Rambo it. Fuck it. You know what? I'm throwing caution to the wind. Let's do this. Let's do or die right now. So
do a bit of bowling. Pick one up and throw them up. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm going to turn towards the group, probably terrify them, because they probably and just 2 hands together, just slam down on the creature.
Okay.
The weird faceless one with the maggots, or the entity?
The whole entity.
Okay.
That's currently being held in place.
Yeah, restrained.
I'd say the entity that I am currently. Sure, if you want to kill me, go ahead. But
it's large enough that you can quite easily hit it and no one else.
Yeah,
it's kind of protruding up.
And I would like to spend my void point to have a second attack and hit it twice.
Yeah, go for it.
So first attack
Do you want to see if you kill it first before using your void point, or
All
do
right,
you have
we'll
to
go-
say it in prior?
No, he can say it afterwards. So if he
Okay,
kills it in one hit, I will not
I
take the
will
one
hold
point.
off. I will hold off on the void point, but if it don't die, then it will take a second hit. Okay, first one. That is 2 successes.
Okay, you're drawing.
Oh, there's 2 momentum spent to win.
Cool. Okay,
for
we
it.
now have 0 momentum.
I'm gonna-
Oh, so is this what you do? You turn evil and then spend all that money?
Pretty much.
He dissed it
Yeah,
very much.
sure,
made
okay.
that
I swear to God, if you
Okay.
get a killing blow, we're going to be
Yeah,
I made
fuming.
that
honestly.
momentum.
Honestly, if Jack is the one that kills it, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah,
How much damage?
that's only 3, so it doesn't take a point from armor, I assume.
It takes 1 point of damage.
Oh, so it's got 2 armor. Okay, void point, and if it's not dead, void point, second attack.
It's definitely not dead.
Cool, void point.
Yeah,
Let's
if-
do this shit again.
If Jack is the one to kill it, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah, it's I can only spend. Fuck you. Have chaos. I'm buying another dice.
How many chaos is dice? What is the cost?
Same as momentum.
Okay.
That's 3 successes.
You beat it by 1.
Please
Hell
don't.
yeah! All right,
We now have 1 momentum.
Go for it. Roll your damage.
Could I spend that 1 momentum to apply vicious?
Nope. No.
Is it 2?
That works.
Is
Yeah.
it 2
Can I
momentum
just keep
for
pushing
vicious?
my boundaries?
No momentum. You cannot spend momentum to give it vicious
That's got vicious on here.
when you cast the spell.
Oh, when I cast this. Fuck. Okay. Oh, that's more damage. 4, 5, 6.
6 damage. That would normally drop it to 0 and deal it an injury. However, thank you for that chaos, as that's just enough to allow Tough to activate. You slam
know what
into
Jack- we
it,
don't know what
causing the
Jack's
creep.
doing.
Literally, both sides compress around the thing, and you feel its body break and just mash under your hands. And as you do, you just feel this sudden resurgence of strength as multiple arms just snap out, grabbing your fingers and just slowly pushing them apart as you watch its form reconstitute under your hand.
What
That's
reminds
awkward.
me? What does tough do? Does it just negate?
Tough basically is free chaos to
Uh-huh.
completely ignore an injury.
It still
But
takes
if
the
it
damage,
got
right?
put to 0, put to full whatever.
So it took enough damage to drop it to 0, which deals it 1 injury.
Yeah.
It didn't deal 5 damage all at once because it has armor,
Mm-hmm.
so it wouldn't deal a second injury.
Cool.
So currently, it had 2 injuries, would have taken a third, used tough, and just ignored the third.
So how much until it gets down to 0 again?
Literally,
It's still on 0.
we
It
have to
just
hit
ignores the
it.
injury. It doesn't ignore the stress.
So it's 1 hit
Okay.
to
So it's on
it just
0
it just
stress.
needs 1 hit and then it's okay. No, I get you. I get you.
give it a walloping, fellas. Also, I'd like to re-describe that. It wasn't to pick it up and squash. It was a just slam straight down onto it.
Like a mushroom from Mario.
Are you sure?
No, because you've said
What?
that.
Honestly, what would have happened if it was that? Would I have actually been like? Would
I don't know.
Edlynnne probably would have been like.
We'll go with what you said, because now I'm a massive hindrance and I'm actively in the way again.
That's your big character.
Hmm.
What's the check if I want to shoot the thing?
It's just going to be a coordination fighting.
I have no fight.
However, it's still difficulty 1 if you're in the best range for it, so close range.
I mean,
However, it is going to have a much larger complication range at the moment, as there's a variety of friendly targets right next to it.
true.
If you
I
ever
thought
shoot
at the moment though it was kind of I was next to Jules, and then there was
You are
Eddie the
next
other
to
side.
Jules, so you're kind of just behind it. Just
So-
behind her. So it's right in close range. So it's
Yep.
only a difficulty 1 shot.
Yep.
But you have giant hands clasped around it, as well as Edlynnne just below and behind it slightly. So if your shot is off or it
It'll hit them.
moves at the wrong moment,
Okay.
you could hit one of them.
So like a gun has like an explodey bit in it that makes the thingy go. Could I use my Combat engineering.
To create another
To
bomb.
make another bomb.
No, to fire a gun.
All right. No, that's
Can I use my combat
yeah.
engineering focus? Because I have no
No.
fighting.
It's explosives. It should be engineering, honestly.
It should be. You engineer a gun. There's an
I mean-
element of engineering.
I would like to use the explodey part of the gun to fire. You're not wrong.
I've got a
But that's how
focus in
guns work.
explosives and combat engineering. It vaguely fit. So it was coordination
I
fighting,
mean,
right?
it will be coordination fighting. However, as that was Jack's turn,
Yeah.
as he's kind of focused on that, there is a sudden another lunge behind him as another one of the faceless attacks.
Oh boy.
There
It's
are-
gonna-
That's all happening outside
Yeah.
the room I'm in. I'm not fussed
Yeah.
about that
Yeah,
yet.
that's not a me problem. We still think he's
That's
against
a
us
Jack
at this
problem.
point.
It is just going to immediately attack Jack.
I was really riding on that thing being dead this turn, but
It hits.
okay.
As you're kind of busy doing this, there's too many of them at this point to kind of turn and actually defend yourself. You take 5 points of damage. But
7
Your
armor.
armor still kicks in. So you can feel them at this point wrapping around you. You kind of just glance down and you can see one of them has started to climb your leg,
Oh my god. Fuck right off with that shit.
and the others are moving around the room rapidly towards Subil.
Oh.
Oh no.
Your turns. They will be acting again next.
So who's left to go this
I
round?
am.
I think I
Everyone
am.
but Edlynnne and Jack.
How much momentum do we have?
One.
One.
Oh, what?
Can I buy a dice to shoot the main entity that Edlynne's currently got hold of?
Go for it.
Definitely do that.
Do it.
So I'm just gonna-
Slay!
So we are going to go. It is a difficulty one shot
Yep.
with a complication range of 16.
Okay. Sorry, I just need to finish writing down my sentence.
Jeez.
And where's my character sheet? That's a 2.
Ooh.
That's a 7.
Ooh.
And that's a 4, baby!
That's 3, so we're on
3
2 momentum.
successes!
Go for it.
Fuck yes. Fuck
Roll your
yes.
damage.
How many damage? 4.
That would be 4 plus any insight modifier.
Wait, we're both tracking.
Oh, plus any insight modifier.
Yeah.
That's an extra 2.
Okay.
Heck yeah, 6
might be
in
a good
total.
I meant to bros.
Oh no, wait, sorry, I don't have an insight modifier. I have a coordination modifier, so it's just
No,
4.
unfortunately, that won't help.
No, it's fine. I just misread my character sheet and got overexcited. Okay, 4. Come on. Stay being good to me. That was a blank. Cthulhu face. Dropped it. 1 point of damage. Another Cthulhu face.
So 3 points.
So
damage.
2 Cthulhu faces and a point of damage.
Yes, sir.
There's 1 point of damage that goes through. It was on 0. The bullet slams in, bypassing the rest of them. And you see the creature continue just to contort as the round bites in again in this kind of spray of blood erupting out from the impact zone. It screams, twists, goes to slowly reaches one of the long arms out, passing just over Jules' head, just towards the end of the pistol, and goes limp. The body breaks down as it stretches. You see skin rupturing and flaking from the bodies. They just start to disintegrate in place as it seems that the form just can't keep up with itself anymore. You see the skin blister and pustules start to appear across it as it screams, intensify. I'm going to spend 3 chaos, not to use tough, but as it looses one final horrifying scream into the air. And I need all of you to make a will resistance check of 2.
Can
I argue the same point that I argued last week?
Can
I'm fucking
I
used to this at this point.
use a void point to say that that Cecily's gun is so loud that we can't hear, that we've still got ringing in our ears, so we can't fully hear
Yeah, we
the
can't
scream.
hear it.
I will say it will allow that. It's not going to be enough to hear it, as it's more psychic than it is actual screaming. But I will allow the gunshots to decrease the difficulty for Cecily and Jules.
Okay.
So
As you are right next to it.
Okay.
If
I will
anybody
warmly
wants-
say that yes, your argument from last week would work for Edlynnne. However, because of the manner of it, this is something unlike what you've heard before. Up until this point, you've heard mocking and laughter and this feeling of being prey. For the first time, you feel nothing but abject hatred and fear.
How is her one working here not bleeding yet because of all the sound? Jeez, man.
If anybody wants to spend momentum, I recommend we do this one at a time, so
got
momentum can be
2
generated. And
What is
we had
it?
3.
I can inform you of how much
Oh, no.
damage it will be if you fail. It will be
Lynn.
7 dice worth of mental stress.
And it's will resilience.
Okay,
yeah?
you do
Will
momentum.
resilience.
I'm
Well-
fucking up.
Okay,
Can I-
I got
You said it was
Look.
difficulty 2, but ours has been dropped. So for Jules and I, it's just difficulty 1. Yeah, okay.
Correct.
I will not take momentum.
I would like to take momentum.
But do we
I'm
want
not even going to take
Do you
it.
guys
I'm
wanna
just
go-
doing
Cecily
this
and
anyway.
Jules go
Yeah.
first?
Because you might generate extra momentum.
I got 2 successes, so
So that's
That
one
is
extra
momentum.
momentum.
All
So
good.
that's 4.
What am I rolling for?
Will resilience.
resilience.
Oh, resilience.
Look at that, guys! We're learning. We know how to play.
Yeah, I'm fine. That's 1 pass.
Okay,
Perfect.
Holly.
Edlynnne,
No, okay, I'm not
Or
taking
whomever.
momentum because
whomever.
I mean,
I've got maxed out, so I'm going to need the
We've got
the
some
least.
momentum. I'd say take a momentum if you can.
You take the momentum. You need more of it than me because I've got maxed out stats in mental.
why do you feel? I just feel like I'm the fucking lackey of the group at this point. Okay, I spent 1 momentum because I know I'm going to fill this anyway.
One moment.
Well, that's on the floor, so that doesn't count. That's complication. That was a 19. Another 19, and
What's wrong with your
Oh
dice?
God, Jesus!
do you know mine? Mine have been brilliant.
Three
Take those
19s.
motherfuckers to a church.
I will
I'm
say,
not-
remember.
no, wait,
that
wait.
you have- Yeah.
I doesn't matter because that was a 19, that was a 19, and that one was a 19. So I'm not giving you 6 chaos. Just fucking do it. Just do it, then. Just do it. Give me the
Take
damage.
those motherfuckers to a church. Jesus!
What I was going to
I'm
say.
fucking selling them, man.
Holy water, that.
They are
What I was
cursed.
going to say is remember that one of the abilities you have with your void points is to re-roll your dice.
I don't have void points.
Ah.
I don't have void.
Okay. In which case,
Oh my God!
7 damage. They're all blank.
I told you I was going to end up crying.
They're going to be all blank.
Yeah,
we
they're
manifest
gonna
this.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
just
can-
manifest. They're all blank damage
blank.
dice.
3 complications, correct?
Yes, all 19.
oh my
I'm just going to add
God!
3 dice. It's only 6.
That's not awful.
This is not
That
bad.
was a lot
Huh?
of blanks.
Does it have pierce? Does it have any piercing?
2.
Okay.
Like,
So-
no word of a lie, that was a lot of 1s, blanks, and a single effect.
Yeah, but
Huh.
that's still an injury, and I'm very much down to. I could literally get slapped by Cecily, and I'm basically dead.
But was that a third injury?
It was a second injury because I've still got shell shock from the second time I died, and I don't know how to get rid of that.
Then all is
Yeah.
good. You
Therapy.
grip your hands to your ears, literally freeing it from the corrugated iron that you were gripping previously, watching it liquidate as your hand comes away, snapping your hand up to your ear and just trying to block out the screaming as you feel your eardrum perforate and the blood start to just leak from the edges of it. again, the silver just running down the edge of your face and starting to harden as it goes further and further. Jack, I need you to roll your test.
Okay, I'm going to spend a momentum to get a third dice. Will resilience, so 15. No. 17.
So was that 6
Perfect.
mental?
There was 6 mental stress.
Mental stress.
It tried its best, but it's only. Wait. Oh no! Shit! That is. Fuck me. That's 3 successes. That it pays to have high mental stats.
So we have, we don't pay any.
So there's one gain of momentum there, and finally, Subil. I say finally. There's still a couple of other characters. Subil.
Oh yeah.
How do you
like
Sybil's difficulty will increase.
That's fair.
He is going to be dealing with difficulty 3.
Yeah, I feel like we give him 2 extra
Give him
dice.
some. Give him.
Give him, yeah.
Because
Okay.
he's a squishy boy.
That will leave us with no momentum. Just FYI.
That's fine. I
I
can roll for Subil.
Okay.
He needs 12s or less.
12 or less. 6, 9, 14. So I need to roll one more. Natural 1.
Absolutely.
So that's get momentum back.
We have one
He
momentum
blocks
still.
it the most he can, seeing literally just turning away and wrapping his hands around his ears and screaming in response to everything he hears, refusing to let it cut into his mind. I then need anyone, to roll for Lottie.
I'll do it. I'll roll for Lottie. Unless anybody else
Brilliant.
particularly wants
No,
it.
I just picked up my dice and then you volunteered and I was like,
I'm
yeah,
not
you go
even
for it.
touching my dice anymore.
All right. What is her stuff?
12, still difficulty 2.
Okay.
I say give her a momentum.
All right. Big heckin' chonker. Do not fail me, my boy. I like you tonight. You've been rolling really
I
well.
wonder what that's
can we
like. What's it like?
It is a unique experience.
I
Let me
don't
tell
know.
you.
I don't know how this feels.
I'm going to spend a momentum to buy a third dice for her.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's wise.
Also, while he's rolling, has Kurt just been blissfully unconscious
Kurt is-
the entirety of
He's on so much morphine. He's never been.
He is on
nothing, not even the
cloud nine.
explosion, the shattering
That
glass,
is
the
2
gunshots.
successes and 1
complication.
complication.
Sorry, pardon?
2 successes and 1 complication.
Okay, well, she's going to take... Okay, she is still going to take damage from that. She's only
Okay.
going to take 2 dice worth.
Okay.
She has 2 courage.
Oh. It's piercing
It's
2.
piercing 2. And she currently has 0 stress.
Oh.
And an injury or 2 injuries already.
So it's
Does that mean
either...
It is either...
Hey, if it rolls blank, she's fine. Other than anything else, she dies, pretty much. She's dead.
He's so dead.
She's so dead.
And it's that moment that we're going to take a short break.
Why?
Hold with us for the next 5-10 minutes. We're going to say 10. And we'll be right back. And we're back. Hello. Right. So, I'm not going to say the dice. I'm going to raise the dice.
Oh God, no, that's not good.
No.
That's not good.
Roll 2 dice. The first one.
Oh,
That's damage.
yeah.
They die.
Oh, no.
That's it. They're
Double
done.
damage.
She's gone.
The second
no.
one.
Gonna be Cthulhu phase, isn't it?
That's a crit.
Oh,
Oh,
it was a.
1 damage.
One
Damage is ignored. She has 2 courage.
Oh,
Wait.
she's still alive.
Didn't it have? Doesn't it have piercing too?
It does. If
It didn't roll an effect.
Oh, but it didn't
She
roll an
lived.
effect. So she lives! Yeah! Oh, I don't get a gun. Oh.
It's the only. Oh,
See,
thank
with
fuck for that.
Lifesaver, I was going to save Eli instead of Lottie so you could get a gun. Because I'm a terrible person.
Adding first to that.
Our heroes.
Thanks, Lynn.
Our
You're really looking out for me.
With
It's
the
fine, she's
final
alive.
death wail, the creature disintegrates in front of you. Its screams echo around the warehouse for unending seconds. They seem to hold in the air and lodge within the wood of the building itself. Those of you who heard them will never forget them, as they dig deep into your psyche like fingers drawing into the meat of your mind. As if nails driven slowly, inch by inch, through your skull.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
But as those screams slowly peter off, they become echoes, whispers, nothing. As the cavalcade of limbs collapse in amongst themselves and slowly lose all illusion of life. In a wet, slopping mass of discarded meat and skin, you watch the empty husk of the fisherman drop onto the stairs and slowly slide down, dropping in between the openings on the stairs. The body slaps into the ground with all of the efficiency of a fish slapped against a wall. By your feet, Jack, as you go to stand, the bodies of these faceless men and women just shudder, and as if someone had just disconnected something from them, their bodies go inert and drop, collapsing onto the floor as if held up by strings. Their faces still gone. You can see slow movements of something just under their skin, twisting, cavorting, and then going completely still as silence once again dominates the warehouse. And you stand there, alone amongst yourselves. The soft moonlight still leaking ahead, the cooling wind petering in through the open windows.
I mean, I have a question. With the perforated one eardrum, just exactly how much can Edlynnne hear at the moment? Like, does she? I know that hearing
Very
loss can
little.
be cool, awesome. This is great, isn't it?
Although
Don't roll complication, kids. It's fine.
that slowly seems to be increasing, as if you're hearing things through water. For a moment, you kind of steady yourselves and you go to stand. You hear the impact of your own hand against the wall, distant, incredibly distant. You then grab the iron of the railing and just kind of feel the vibration of it as you put your weight to it. And you can still just hear it on the edges. But then as you take a step up, you feel the blood in your ear slowly hardening, as if something is repairing itself on the inside. Technically, the perforated eardrum is a physical injury.
And technically, I may have something on my sheet. Hold on, I read something. Technically, I have a thing on my sheet that says I can remove a physical injury if we have 3 momentum. Do we have? I doubt we do. We have
momentum.
1, so I can't do anything at this point in time. But I have that on my
Sure.
sheet. I can remove This is something else Edlynnne can do. She can remove physical injuries with 3 momentum, although that does.
That would be nice, she says, with half his jaw hanging off.
Well, the downside is, I'm going to guess every time I use it, I get a plus to my complication for coordination skills, or is it just like that first time? Because I'm confused with that.
It'd be each and every time.
Okay, I thought so, yeah. So I'm trying not to use it, really, because it scares me.
That's fair.
You know, my
Essentially, as you start replacing more and more of your body with metal.
Okay, well, she'll just live. She's got her crayons. She's fine. She'll just write notes to people until she fixes it.
Oh boy.
I think my character Jules will run probably up to Cecily to help out Ellie. Is it Ellie?
Eli.
Eli.
Yeah, I was going to use Lifesaver on Eli. Everyone else I can just patch up. So you're going to have to tell me how it works, because all I've got written down is Lifesaver. I have no idea what rolls I need to make.
She just
Frantic
stands there with
panic.
presents.
Lifesaver.
Well, the two of you both
those rings at him.
Cecily and Jules, you kind of turn in place and just start climbing back up the stairs, trying to kind of steady yourselves as you make your way into the room, and you can see lying on, immediately you kind of glance down, you can see Eli in a pool of his own blood as there's more and more of it is leaking from the tear on his face. And of course, the fairly deep cut across his throat. Just behind him, you see Kurt's body. And as you kind of glance over, you realize that it may actually just be that.
No, no.
No, you told me he was sleeping throughout the entirety of that.
Don't do that to my buddy.
You can't
Kurt.
do that to make me...
I wanted a really good, just talk with him.
The whole time you were like, yeah, he's just high on morphine.
You glance over, you kind of have that moment. Are you going to inspect him?
I'm going to check for signs of life.
From
He's just
the
moving
distance,
so
you kind of
shallow
look
that
over
makes
him, you realize one of his arms has gone limp and it's hanging over the edge. You can see the raising, lowering of his chest is ceased. You rush across the room,
Really deep sleep.
moving straight past Eli's body and just pass your eyes over him. Make me a reason medicine difficulty 1.
Can I help in any way?
If you have medicine as a skill, yes.
No, I don't, but I just want to be like her helper in this.
That is a crit and a success. So, yeah.
That's 2 momentum generated.
That's 3 momentum overall, so you can get your earring back.
You glance over the body and you realize just as this panic in your body, the panic in your chest rises, you kind of look over him and realize that the bed has actually been dented and his body seems to have taken a good heavy hit from when the creature came through the roof. He has damaged him. You realize the stitching on the stomach has started to tear open again. But as the panic starts to settle, you realize that his chest is still rising. Just very weakly.
Okay. That's fine. He's still alive. So...
Now, for Lifesaver, as you turn your attention back towards Eli, and I quickly flip through the book to make sure I'm not talking nonsense.
That's cool, because I'm going to take some notes so I can actually...
Okay. It costs you a void point and a coordination medicine check of 3.
I have void points to spend, coordination 11, 12. I've got 16 with the difficulty 3.
Should be fine.
Should be fine. I will
Again, am I able to
You've
help
got
at all?
this. Got this.
Only if you have medicine, unfortunately.
Okay.
Sorry, Eddie, you were saying something?
You got this. So yeah, my mic decided to
Oh.
cut out.
They said you got.
Yeah, no, my mic decided to cut out. But you've got this.
So that's a success. And another crit.
Hey.
One day this will be me.
Not even,
Why
not
these
even
dice? These dice are so good.
Not
You
even
look
a full
over
amount.
Eli's body and you realize that there's still a small amount of life left within him. Dim and barely gripping, but it's there. You're going to need to seal the wound on the throat, fairly obviously. Restitch the skin of his face. He's going to be left with some horrendous scars, regardless of anything else. No matter how good your work is, he is going to suffer from physical deformities on the face and throat for the rest of his life.
It's cool. He can join my club. I'm starting up a
Yeah.
club now.
At least he's alive.
Yeah, I mean,
You,
We'll get him a
you
cool
will
little match. It's
also
fine.
distinctly need access to equipment you do not have here.
Hmm.
You will be able to steady his life for the moment. However, if he doesn't receive proper medical care in an appropriate environment, he will probably not make it through the night.
Okay.
As you kind of busy yourself looking over the body, assessing the worst of it, Jules, you're of course just kind of stood behind watching. You've got Lottie just leaning on the wall next to you, having dropped to the ground, holding her head in her hands, in abject silence. Both of her weapons have just been dropped onto the floor next to her. And of course, outside you have Subil, slowly, shakily making his way back towards the staircase. Edlynnne, you're still kind of stood halfway up it, steadying yourself and just looking around as you still struggle to hear properly. And of course, Jack, you stand still towering.
I would not have the energy to keep that up anymore.
You just kind of let the energy loose, and there's this wave of heat that passes away from you, and just rushes across the entirety of the room. This amount of steam just kind of starts to fill the air, and slowly your form begins to just kind of crack back into your normal size, the stone breaking and falling loose from you with every moment. You watch as these vines covered in small purple poppies retract from underneath the stone and pull quickly across your back and into those small ports that run down your spine.
Oh, I really don't like the fact that that's in me, and I can't do shit about it. It's fine. It's a problem for another day.
I feel like I just need to herd everyone to a
Yeah,
hospital right now.
Yeah. Don't ask. Fix.
Subil, Eddie, Lottie, Eli, Jack.
It's cool. I can heal myself. It's all good.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh my god.
I guess then. You said we have free momentum now.
I
Yeah.
believe so, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I'm going to be really selfish and
Do it.
take spend free momentum so I can heal my ear, so that I can hear people again. Because crayons will run out eventually, and then she'll be sad.
Spoken like a true titan.
You focus on the wound in your ear and just kind of lean back, placing your head and resting it against the cool kind of woodwork, and just look up. You feel the liquid metal moving around in your ear canal. You can hear it, really. It's a strange sensation, like water trapped in your ear that you just can't seem to shift. And slowly, the more and more you focus on it and feel the eardrum and the break within, the metal starts to just fill the space. Feel it hardening in the ear to the point where it's quite sharp as it wraps around the worst of the breaks and starts to solidify in a very, very thin sheet of metal. Your hearing does kind of very slowly pick back up. You become aware of the sounds of kind of creaking stone and the dropping of heavy objects as Jack slowly kind of reforms himself.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear the mutters of Cecily as she works over Eli's body. But it all sounds just a little tinny.
Okay. So, like, listening for really bad, like, cheap headphones kind of tinny?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as that's kind of happening, you're aware that you're still able to control the metal in there.
Yeah.
And essentially, it's like fine-tuning your own ear. You know nothing about your own internal anatomy. You have no idea how the eardrum functions. You're just guessing.
Yeah. And
you're kind of forming and then reforming the metal in your own ear, trying to improve it. It's taking no shortage of effort from you. And anyone who even passes kind of a quick glance in your direction will see stone cold concentration on your features, as well as a small welling of silver just slowly kind of dribbling down your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
None of it's solidifying. It is just blood.
So, okay. Cool. I mean, as long as I can take that injury off my sheet now, can't I?
You can, yes.
Yes, cool. I'm back down to my one injury. Yay. I also want to ask, is there any of that monster left on the ground so she can kick? Like,
there are pieces.
Just the second that's over, she is just like stamping and kicking the shit out of this. She's fucking mad, man. She just wants to take her anger out or something.
Mm-hmm. There are just lumps of it left dotting on the stairwell, and as you kind of work, you just angrily kick a piece of it off, which just tumbles down into the dark below.
Yeah, she's going to be doing that. Really, she's just angry, so she's going to be trying to calm down a bit before going to see anybody else.
Absolutely understandable. Subil kind of makes his way slowly up the stairs. And as you're still kind of focusing and angry, you can just hear, Eddie, are you okay?
Be fine, Subil. Just give me a minute, would you please?
Of course, yeah. No worries. And he just
before he goes up, while he's walking, I'd be like, make sure to get Cecily to make sure you're okay and all that.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. I was going to, and I'm fairly sure some of these bits that are outside are meant to be inside, but you know,
it's fine. We'll find you. We'll be fine.
Jack, Jules, anything from either of you?
Yeah. Am I able to kind of pick up Lottie from the side and just, Hun, we don't have time to think. We've got to help your friends. Your family's up there dying. We need your help. And I'm gonna like have her arm over and just try and, even though she's like on her knees at this point, be like, we gotta do this.
You go to try and lift her up. She's not overly heavy, although she is wearing. You become aware she's wearing quite a bit of armor. Can you make me a, let's say, will persuasion check, please, to kind of swing her out of it? It's going to be difficulty 2.
Am I able to use charm?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's 2 passes. But yeah.
Wonderful. You say what you say, and she just kind of. You don't draw any speech from her, but you do get a very, very purposeful nod. And as you kind of lift her up, she takes herself under her own weight.
And I was going to get her to use the elephant gun as kind of like a crutch to get her up the stairs and pick up her pistol and No, I'm not going to steal it. I'm not going to steal it. If I was anyone else, I'd steal it. That's going straight in my pocket, but no, Jules will keep hold of it, ready to give it to her.
You hand her kind of elephant gun. She does use it not only as a literal physical crutch, even, sorry. You see just the way she's gripping it, you get the impression that it's more than a physical crutch. That there's some form of emotional tie to it. Just the sheer kind of determination she seems to be holding that with. Even though you get the feeling she may not need the aid, she definitely accepts what you give her. Yeah. How are they? Is everyone still alive?
We're trying. We're doing our best, but we don't have the medicine here to help. Honestly, we need these kids to go to a hospital.
I don't know the area that well, and there'll be alchemists all over and apothecaries, but I just don't know I don't know where we are. I don't know the city.
Neither do I. That's what we've got to work as a team. Okay?
Yeah.
As a team.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
I have no idea. That's the worst thing I think I've ever seen.
Nothing under the Martyr's Grace should exist that's like that.
You're telling me. And that's what we're trying to run from. That's what we're trying to work against. And for some reason, these guards, these people that are supposed to help, they're just letting it run free. And that's what we're fighting against. We're not fighting against the people. We're fighting against them.
Yeah. You just get the impression that she's just physically and mentally exhausted. As she just kind of nods, you kind of get up to the top of the stairs and make your way into the room, and she just kind of points at one of the beds.
I'll place her on to one of them. And then bring her, because I'm guessing she'd probably know how to patch herself up a little bit if from being thrown into all those boxes and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm going to bring in materials and supplies to help her.
She kind of very happily takes them from you. And as she does, she kind of just very shakily reaches up and pulls her hood back. And you get your first real look at the completely burnt, clean visage of her head. She reaches up, unclips the straps holding her iron mask in place, and just detaches those. Detaches that to place it down onto the bed next to her. Underneath, there is this horrifying visage of melted flesh. Her eyelids, her eyelid on her left eye has gone, and you just have this almost completely free eye at the holes there. You can see red irritation clear on it, as if it would hurt to even look. Her right eye still has some kind of half-formed eyelid lingering over it. Her nose has been burnt clear off. And where normally you would have lips, you have this kind of half-charred mess. It's as if looking at a corpse. And she just kind of reaches down, takes out the supplies, pulls a bandage clean, and just kind of starts to, at that point, just unbutton her chest armor to move down to the broken ribs, and just kind of starts tightening as much as she can. Glancing over at Cecily, you see her eye just kind of just revolve up in its socket. A small film of tears building up beneath it and just kind of cascading down into the burns and running across the ruin of her face. And you get the impression that she wants to ask something but doesn't.
I'll kind of wipe her tear away and say, "Hun, I know you think you should be hiding what you have, but I'm gonna be honest. There are people at my bar that slept with worse. Like, you're doing all right. You've done well."
You hear a very stifled laugh, that almost kind of unbiddenly drawn out of her chest, as if she wants to really not laugh at it, but can't help herself. Thank you. I doubt you have the problem, though, she says, and you get the impression she's trying to smile at you.
Oh, stop it, you. You're such a flirt.
I think those days are long behind me.
That's never behind you. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Old people, they still get it on, and they got nothing to hold back.
That's true, I suppose. I mean, I'll be blunt.
Time mends all wounds.
As you kind of say that, she kind of, at this point, is literally just, at this point, has just bared her chest because there's nothing there. It is just burnt away.
Maybe not physical, but
yeah,
sure as hell mental.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. And as you kind of start, I assume at this point you kind of just start trying to help.
I try to help her physically, but again, I don't know much about it, so I'm trying to help her mentally if I can, and just try and take her mind of things, especially after the kind of mental violation that whatever's done, to kind of just at least calm the air, and if I'm able to, try and coax any sort of things on her mind.
Make me another will persuasion check. Charm will again help. Call this difficulty 2.
Natural 1 and a 14, so
nice.
Just 2 passes.
Roll me 4 dice, please. 4 damage dice.
Uh, 4 and 2 Cthulhu heads.
You heal her 6 stress.
Ooh. Okay.
As she starts, you kind of enter not really a small conversation with her. She distinctly seems to be finding it tough to talk. But you get the impression she is comforted just by you being there. Once she's done kind of patching herself up to the best she can, she does just kind of reach out and take your hand in hers and just watches Cecily work.
I sit with her as much as I can, just make sure she's okay.
After a few minutes, you do get just a very kind of through gritted teeth almost. Thank you.
You did the same to us.
I tried to do worse originally. Downstairs, Jack, your form has kind of reconstituted at this point, and from your position you kind of look over and you can still see the inert bodies of the faceless people kind of trailing from the doorway towards you. The front door is still wide open. And you can hear the kind of sounds of the night coming in. Is there any momentum in the pool?
No.
I spent it all to hear my ear because it's selfish.
Make me a reason engineering check, please, Jack.
Reason engineering? What? I don't do that stuff. I don't even have engineering, so it's just a straight reason roll of 7. I don't know shit about shit. That's 1 success.
That's all you needed. Even though your kind of mind wasn't quite yours for a while, one very clear fact kind of points itself through your head as you feel the shrapnel from Lynn's attack, from Cecily's explosive earlier, kind of fall loose and clatter on the floor behind you. An explosion of that magnitude would have travelled in relation to sound quite a distance in the dead of night. It's just a thought that occurs in the back of your mind.
Who's near me at this point?
Subil has made his way back up the stairs, so technically everyone is now up on the second floor, with the sole exception of Edlynnne, who is still lingering halfway up the stairwell. Kind of, you can see her at this point, kind of leaning on the wall and just clicking next to her own ear.
It's a regular occurrence that I do anyway. Musicians, you always get massive eardrum.
Trying to start a fight in West Side Story.
Yeah, I'm joining the like the Jets or something, man. At this point, she's doing like her own choreography. It's great. She's having fun.
Oh God, I don't know. Oh God, what do I do with myself?
I mean, you can try talking to her. I don't know. I have no idea how I'm going to get.
Can I try talking? I just want to try. I just want to try and understand after the side of my face being sort of.
Don't you both speak sign language? You sign to Sam.
I can sign.
I don't think I was taught, but I can still. I can hear now. I think so. He can.
It just depends on whether other
people
people
still talk. It's just your words are horrendously slurred at this point.
Do you want me to get your crayon? We could just like write in crayons.
As I said, it's the left-hand side of your face, which isn't torn up like this. So
which ain't great.
It's just been completely ruptured. The other main thing is you are in tremendous amounts of pain. The wound is fresh. Your teeth here and here have been shattered.
Yeah,
and of
probably
course,
still
every time you open your mouth, you put more pressure on the wound, or at least you stretch it.
Oh, I don't know. What the fuck do you do yourself in that moment? Fuck.
Cry, curse at the gods if they even exist.
You can you stumble across towards Edlynnne. Your footing is still your own. You're not struggling there. It is just, as I say, pain.
Somebody did shoot my leg with an elephant gun.
Yeah, that will also do it. Actually, in fairness, that went mostly through the stone.
Okay.
And that injury has somewhat healed. Not to the point where you have a just completely ruptured knee, which is what you would normally have expected from an injury like that.
Yeah.
So walking, I may have been over generous in saying what I said, but you're moving.
Hobbling.
You're moving.
Comfortably hobbling.
Yeah. If you choose to talk to Edlynnne, you kind of hear every word again, still just as if through really bad headphones. You can still hear what's being said, it's just off. And you're just kind of, again, retuning, as it were.
Hold on, I've got to make sure the antenna's in the right place. Give me like 2 minutes.
I'm just imagining like little stretches of sinew, like something out of The Walking Dead.
Yep.
Oh.
But you make your way up the stairs. She's just right there.
Heavy breathing with this weird whistle that comes through the side, tuned delightfully through blood and saliva dripping. It's quite disgusting.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Did I hurt anyone?
kind of just look at Jack, try to control the anger for a minute because I know it wasn't him, it was our hands. And then just be like, I mean, as best I can with like talking and all that stuff, be like, I mean, you threw a box at Subil and I think really messed up the Lottie, the shooting girl, but
I'm sorry.
I don't.
I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it.
Look, it's fine. We'll figure out a way to stop it. Just to see if Cecily can, see if she can do anything.
I'm sorry.
I kind of just lead him like up the stairs. There's very much at the point where if she does any sort of physical contact, he'll probably be punching something. So she'll just kind of like gesture him to go up the stairs. Well, just say, look, it's still okay. We know it wasn't you. Let's just get you checked out. We'll figure out what happened, kind of thing. But yeah, she'll just like slowly take Jack upstairs and just kind of just be like, let's just see what Cecily can do.
You lead yourselves both back up into the room where you can see Cecily working over Eli. And at this point, you've kind of got him to the best position you can. You've reknitted the wound on the face and you've covered, bandaged, and splintered his neck. This is as good as you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
You all kind of just at this point gathered in the room. Subil is leaning on one or sat down in one of the beds. And in the far distance outside, you can still hear the wind. And fairly sure beyond that, you can hear a whistle. What do you do?
See, the thing for Cecily at the moment is that she's got a lot of injured people and none of the facilities to appropriately care for them. So Jack's injured, Kurt's only just stable, Eli's only just stable, Lottie's injured, Sybil's had a box thrown at him, Eddie heals herself in a way.
Eddie's
Jules...
fine. Don't worry about fixing Eddie. It's fine.
Okay. And then Jules, you took mental stress, didn't you?
Yeah.
So ideally, I'd like to get everyone in a hospital somehow. Like the likelihood of that happening. And also without us being recognised, that's the other trouble.
Yeah, accident and emergency gonna be crazy.
Yeah. I was wondering where Max might be, because I could send him for a doctor.
That's a good point.
My plan.
Yeah.
You don't know because you haven't seen Max, obviously, since you left him with the ship.
Mm.
How long has it been since
You've
left
been
him?
here for maybe an hour at this point.
An hour? This has all happened in an hour? What the fuck?
I thought that took the course of like an
Oh my
entire
God!
evening.
That fight lasted minutes.
Oh, God, it felt like so much longer.
Keep in mind, a round is normally anything between 10 to 15 seconds.
So you're telling me that in the space of like,
disheartening.
you're telling me like in the space of like a minute,
Oh, Lord.
Edlynnne got her ass handed to her so badly in like a minute. Is this what you're telling me?
How long would it take? Because Max would know where he's going. He's given us that much information to walk from where he stole the boat from to us.
Do me a reason survival check.
And we have also boated that way. Yeah, I was going to say, we have also boated that way.
Mm-hmm.
Reason survival, reason... Okay, difficulty what? Minis?
Just one.
Oh, just one. I'm not going to spend momentum on this. 2 and a 6. 11, 12. Yay! Okay, that's 2 successes.
Sorted. You just cast your mind through it. He should be here already. but it vastly depends on if you ran into any difficulty at the docks.
Okay.
It's a large town, but not overtly so.
Okay, in which case I will go and find alchemists.
Yeah.
A lot of them aren't in a position to move.
True.
Okay, I will.
I mean, I don't mind if you want to go and find an alchemist. I don't mind staying and watching. I mean, I
I meant bring one here.
Very true, yeah.
Yeah, it's that time of the morning that things start to open, I'm guessing. No?
No, we were in the wee small hours.
Yeah, it's 2-3 in the morning at this point.
Okay.
Spend a void point, go find an alchemist.
Okay. You take off, leaving the party where they are, taking down the stairs and disappearing off into the night.
I was going to say, would it be better if I went, because at least we have some more medicine here?
It's up to you.
True. I can always tell Jules what I need.
Yeah, because I can go collect someone. Or do we want to collect someone, or are we getting materials for it?
I'd say just get materials. The less
materials
you connect,
than you. If it's getting someone, I think I should go.
because Jules is Cecily is a qualified alchemist.
Okay.
I would say that the amount of tools you'll need are secondary to the environment you need.
So we'll need to go somewhere.
Ideally, I mean, it's all well and good having all the surgical tools, but the last thing you have here is it's not a sterile environment by any stretch of the imagination, and the work you need to do will take a lot of time.
Cause more chaos by breaking into somewhere and make people hate us more.
But for the
We're
good
great.
of it. I'm hoping there's
Yeah.
some sort of Hippocratic oath amongst alchemists here that, if I do break into one to do emergency surgery on a couple of guys and emergency surgery on Jack, they'll be fairly understanding.
Yeah, I think I would be.
Alchemists as a whole have a distinct feeling of fraternity and brotherhood,
There we go.
and tend to go out of their way to help one another if the opportunity does arise.
Okay, cool. That's
In
a
which
good sign.
case,
There's always healthy competition if you're both trying to make the same thing, but they may not have a Hippocratic oath, but they distinctly don't like costing life where they can save it.
okay, let's go find. Okay, in which case I'm going to spend a void point. We will need to go, get into an alchemist place. As Jules and Eddie are still kind of with it, they might be put on stretcher duty. Eli, I'm guessing, is a bit smaller, so I guess Lottie and I could carry Eli. There's definitely going to be materials enough to make a stretcher in a warehouse.
There's enough in there to provide you with the kit bits you need, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, good.
cool.
In
And then
which case-
also, if we disappear off into an alchemist, hopefully by the time other people get to the warehouse, we'll magically disappeared into the night.
What happened here? What the fuck?
Just bits of hand monsters, some faceless people, broken crates.
What?
You go to head off, gathering up as a small group and offering aid to one another as best you can.
I'd also like to
Then
pick up the sword again because I dropped my sword, so I'm just going to pick up
You did?
sword quick. Cool. I want to pick
Easily
up
done.
the sword.
You head back down, find that, and you do realize it's under the skin of the fisherman, the only bit of the thing that remains. Literally looking at it for the first time separated, you realize that it is quite literally just that, as if someone had reached in and hollowed him out, pulling everything that he was out and discarding it, leaving nothing but the skin intact.
Ugh.
Just by going to move it out the way, you realize that the back of it has just been torn open. So from the nape of the neck down to the small of the back, the body has just been sliced and opened as if a suit to be worn.
That's
Small
nice, isn't it?
shards of black rock, exactly like those running along the external edges of Sybil's face, line the interior just around the wound. It gives you a horrifying memory of looking at a zipper.
Oh,
Just as if they're the teeth that were holding the body together.
not cool, bro. Not cool.
After getting rid of that mental image in my head, wasn't like I needed to sleep tonight anyway, Ben. Just gonna try to get my sword. Well, not my sword, but get the sword.
It's easily done. You just kind of push the body apart away, and it just squelches under the pressure.
Yeah, kind
you
of
draw
like
your blade free from underneath.
Yeah, and just make sure I've got that in case we run into anything, and then go back upstairs to offer my help.
Easily done. With that then, as a group, you kind of gather up and start heading off, aiding one another where you can. As I say, many of you are broken or damaged in one way or another. You step out of the warehouse and start making your way along the streets. At this point, any gas lights or any lights that were around the city have been extinguished, and the only light you have is the dim moonlight that's hidden somewhat behind the clouds that just slowly kind of ebb across the sky. There are stars very dimly twinkling above, and if not for everything you just experienced, it would almost be seen as quite a quiet, peaceful night. I do need one person to make me a coordination stealth check.
Oh, I have no stealth. It's not going to be me.
Not me. I'd be.
Can assist regardless of if they have stealth or not.
I don't mind doing it because I've got a thing in urban.
Yeah, that'll help.
Specific thing in urban.
It's a shame.
Assist, but don't shout.
know,
I have one stealth. I can.
I feel
assist,
like
don't
if a
three
certain
stealth.
somebody
If I roll a
called
complication.
Subil were here, he'd be the best of this. But
3 stealth and coordination.
Don't shout if
Yeah.
I roll coordination, otherwise I'll die.
Is it 2 dice? Do we?
2 dice. 2 dice. Anyone assisting just rolls the 1. You are looking to beat a difficulty before anyone rolls of 3.
I've got 12.
Got 11.
That is 1 crit, but so that's 2 passes.
Okay.
So I'll need someone else to.
I rolled
got
a 4.
I got a success.
I rolled a fail, but not a complication. I'm
Moving on up.
Slow
We're
improvement.
so observant.
She's not doing anything helpful, but at least it's not a complication.
Eddie's just in her own little world as we're walking
To be
along.
fair,
Life is good.
Eddie is probably completely deciding right here and now that she no longer fucking cares about her gods. She's very much going down existential crisis at the moment.
You make your way along the streets, and as you kind of start to reach into the main streets themselves, you become very, very aware of those whistles you heard in the distance before growing closer and closer. It doesn't take you long to see Protectorate marching down the street towards where the sound of the explosion had come from. Very, very tired expressions on their faces, and this kind of curiosity and need to investigate, just a complete and total lack of desire to investigate, as they follow down, heading towards the sound of the explosion from where you've just left. Any momentum you needed, any kind of successes over the 3 you needed, of course, you generate that much momentum.
So that was 1, I believe.
I got one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to be helpful, guys, I promise.
We know.
It's your dice.
The dice don't
We-
work.
Dice are
don't
dice.
blame
They do what they do.
They are dicks sometimes. Don't you think that's an invitation, you little buggers? I'm on to you.
It's true. Biggest bastards in role-playing games are the dice.
Definitely not the DM.
I can say nothing. You split away from them as best you can, ducking into alleyways whenever needed. The one thankful thing you do get is you note that they are all Protectorate. You do not see a single white robe of the Inquisition amongst their number.
Thank the Lord.
What you do see, however, as they move past you down towards the into the warehouse district, is shadowing them at a bit of a distance. You make out the figure of Max. Just kind of trying very distinctly to stay out of their attention, but following them to see where they're going. As you're kind of all in hiding at the moment, he starts continuing to just kind of cut down behind them, making his way towards the warehouse as well. Do any of you wish to kind of like wave him down?
He knows Bismarck. Can I send Bismarck to greet him and bring him back?
You definitely can. You just let a little whistle out and usher Bismarck off, who just runs across the streets and directly up to Maximilian, who at first jumps, not expecting a dog to just sprint out of the shadows at him, especially a dog the size of Bismarck. He kind of reaches for a knife and then realizes who it is, and just see this look of panic wipe from his face. As he reaches down, you can see his lips moving, but you can't hear what he's saying. It then just follows after Bismarck, and his look of appreciation and lack of worry vanishes as he sees the state of you.
Mm-hmm.
What the?
We are
Eli! And immediately just kind of moves straight up to him. What happened? Tell me he's alive. Tell me he's alive.
He's alive. Shh. He's fine. He's stable for now. But we need to get to an alchemist's because I can't do anything more for him unless I've got the right tools and the right equipment and the right place to be. And do you know where anyone might be?
Yes. Follow me.
Cool.
And with that, he just kind of leads you. You trail after Max as he darts through quiet back alleys and eventually comes just kind of a few, maybe like a 10-minute walk off of the main high street leading straight through Southhurt. You come to a small alchemist's front store with the Bubbling Brew name just kind of written over the top. It's owned by a chap named Garrett. He never locks the back door. We've been taking from him for years. He leads you around the back, and true to his word, he kind of tries the back door, which just swings open, knocking a very small block of wood that wasn't the right shape to act as a doorstop in the first place, just rolling along the floor.
Okay.
Inside, you find a very dark but very well stocked alchemists.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, costing you the void point, as you mentioned earlier. The front of house, it's broken into two distinct sections. The back room that you enter into is a large table and a variety of alchemical supplies kind of following around and edging the sides of the room in what is distinctly a surgery and lab. The room is kind of split in two, trying to keep the two parts of it separate from one another. A then small door leads into a front of house where you can see display tables and little bits and pieces of kind of more commonplace alchemical substances.
Mm-hmm.
Entertainment brews, things that just kind of get you a bit high, stronger liquors than you would find in stores, the general sundry of alchemy. But the lab itself and surgery is well stocked enough for you to do what you need to do.
Okay.
In total, the lab will act as a bank of momentum. It has everything you require to perform the jobs you need, and has 20 momentums worth of supplies inside of it, which you can use as you see fit. It is
So
closing to about 4 in the morning at this point, however.
That's okay.
We are going to run this man out of shop.
Am I able to be kind of lookout?
Yeah, I was going to say I kind of want to do lookout as well, to be honest.
Yeah, easily done.
I'm assuming that, like, because there's a door to the shop front and we're in a back room, like, as long as we keep the doors and the blinds closed, we should be okay having lights up, right?
You would imagine so, yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Right. First of all, I'd like to see what I'm doing. So, yeah. With
Both
regards.
Sorry. Just both Jules and Edlynnne kind of make their way. Where is it you're wanting to keep lookout? Are you just wanting to stand out at the back door, go into the front of house?
If one of us want to do back, one of us want to do the front, and then we kind of got a good kind of view.
Both exits.
Yeah.
Easily done. The two of you just kind of split up to cover the entirety of the building, leaving both Cecily, Jack, Eli, Max, Kurt, and of course Lottie around, and Subil, of course, arrayed within the back surgery.
You got a lot of patience.
That's cool. I will work my way through. So I'm probably Kurt and Eli are the two that I need to focus on first.
So
You're allowed to tell me which one's
do,
closer to death?
I would say at this point Eli is distinctly closer to death at this moment.
In which case I'll probably start on Eli.
Whilst you go over there, is there who is watching the front of house?
I'll watch it.
Okay. One thing you notice when you get there is there's a small sign hanging on the front, the interior of the front of the door, which is its opening hours.
What are the opening hours, Ben?
Please tell me it's 10 till 4.
Till 4.
So we have 3 hours.
Can I spend my last void point and say it's 10 till 4 because it's a Sunday tomorrow?
No, that for me that wants to go Chalice doesn't have Sundays.
Do they not have like church days?
It's a 6-day week at Chalice.
They do have church days.
Every day.
Can I just say they're closed
Chalice.
tomorrow? Actually, void point, they're closed tomorrow.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Okay, I'm out of void,
Closed.
but it gives me enough.
Nice.
They're closed tomorrow, right? No void.
I'll
Unless my dog
see the
dies.
sign and just be like,
Which gives you as much time as you need to do what you need to do.
I'll see the sign and put my pen back in the room and be like, Cecily, good, it's closed tomorrow, so we can have a bit more time, but just, still. And then go back into the
elbow
room.
deep
I'll
in
also say,
somebody's chest cavity.
I will also
Great.
say that before me and Jules split up, I'll give her back the knuckle dusters she gave me, because I've got my sword, at least then if something happens, she can fight with, but because I've got the sword, I can give her back the knuckle dusters.
Sorry, I just love that image of Cecily elbow deep in somebody's
Oh, it's
chest.
closed tomorrow. That's good.
Excellent, great.
All right. Well, oh, good. I don't know. I can spend time putting on gloves and stuff now.
Yeah.
In which case, then, I need you to go through and fix some people up. So, for the notes, who are you working on first? Eli?
We'll go Eli, then Kurt, then Jack.
Okay. So Eli is going to require we're going to say, took 1 injury, only had 1, but then he was brutalized. It's going to be a difficulty 4 test.
Would Lottie help? She's done medicine before.
Lottie isn't really in a position to help, as she kind of needs the help as well. Whereas most of her injuries are mental, she's still very shaken and isn't really able to offer any help that would be worthwhile.
That's cool. And the check is what in medicine?
It's going to be coordination medicine.
Coordination medicine, so.
And you have, as I said, 20 momentum worth of resources within the building.
So, also, is it going to be like when I had Kurt on the ship, is it going to come down with difficulty each one I do?
Eli only has the 1 injury that you need.
Okay. In which case, then I will spend 2 momentum, take the lab down to 18, I'll roll 4 dice.
Okay.
Oh, I'll keep track of that. 18, you said.
Oh, it's okay. I've got it on. I'm scribbling it all.
Oh, okay.
Right. We will also give you a slightly higher complication range on Eli of 18.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, 1 crit. 1 success. Another crit.
Then, will this be a scene change
And
from the warehouse? Okay, cool.
Exactly 16. So 4 successes on Eli.
Wonderful.
One day
You-
this will be me. One day.
You stitch up everything that needs stitching up and start making your way through the various bits and pieces that were within, and find it including a couple of elixirs that are there to essentially stimulate growth within the cells. It's by no means a full regenerative, but it's enough to allow the body to start fixing itself more aggressively. A natural healing rate that normally would have taken months, if not years, is sped up to work within the next day or so.
I would also like to use that on Kurt if I can.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So
So
is that...
Healey is fixed.
Yay!
He lives.
His recovery is still going to be long, and this is, of course, speaking only of his physical recovery. He is distinctly out of commission at the moment. Even as you finish, he is unresponsive.
Mhm.
You kind of peel his eyelids back at one point to find his pupils are heavily dilated and still snapping all over the place. But he is alive.
Okay.
I feel like we should do one of those support things where we get a load of people around in the chairs and be like, "Hi, I'm X and I'm suffering." I feel like that would be the most helpful.
We did do
I
that.
am an alcoholic. No, I suffer from hands.
We did do that at one point. In a dimension made of diamonds.
Well, I feel like we should do that, especially Subil. He needs help.
Yeah.
He needs help
Sybil's a
mentally.
wreck.
Where to next?
Kurt's next.
Go for it.
Okay.
So Kurt, as you've already treated all of his injuries, you are literally just applying kind of more advanced medicine to him. It is only going to be difficulty 2.
Oh, nice. Okay. In which case, I will just buy 1 more dice.
Mhm.
So that takes it down to 17 charges on the lab. Can I loot this lab once we're done? Because that would be amazing.
You'll be able to use it to restock any medicine bags you may have.
I carry 50 medicine bags at all times. That is a success. That is also 2 10s in a row. Nice. And and a crit. 4
Nice.
successes.
Gnarly, bro.
Probably, yeah. Part of me was like, I don't need to spend momentum, but now the next one's going to be a failure, and it's Jack next. Sorry.
Yep.
No, it's not. Nope, Jack refuses to go before anyone else.
You apply the same regeneratives to Kurt, enough that's going to keep his body doing exactly the same things we've described with Eli, speeding up the recovery process to 1/10 of what it would normally be.
Can I
It's
also give
going
him
to...
something? Sorry.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, can I give him something to wake him up and get him sort of out? Because the more people we have walking, and he can carry Eli potentially.
There are smelling salts lurking around, and as the same as adrenaline, so you can distinctly deal with that. But you kind of think, I'll worry about that one after I've fixed everyone else.
True.
Moving to your next target.
Hi, Jack.
I
I've got some
don't know
duct tape.
if I don't know if Jack's going to accept any medical attention whilst somebody else is in the room that
There's
needs help.
alcohol and shit.
Yeah.
There is lots of
Yeah. I'll just pass him
medical
some.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. I've just got to make a will resilience check real quick. Ben, I'll let you just choose the difficulty on that.
It's just going to be difficulty 2 as it's related to a truth.
Cool. That is 1 failure. That's a complicated failure, so...
You are a little bit beyond it at the moment. You find a bottle of what you're fairly sure is sterilizing alcohol and take a deep glug from it.
It
What
was
its purpose
urine.
is- Yeah.
It was piss.
What its purpose was you literally don't care. You take a hearty swig and it just rushes down your throat. We are talking an insane alcohol per volume here. It is literally sterilizing alcohol. You spit it up and immediately start to retch.
Please tell me Cecily's giving him the disappointed mum look. Just fucking kids, man.
Both the alcohol, the bile, and the blood that it brings up rushes across the wound on your in your mouth. And if you were not already in agony, it's as if someone has set your face on fire.
I'm loving it.
There's numbing cream for that.
I've been looking for that face cream everywhere.
We finally found your face cream.
We found you some face cream, Jago. Now let me patch me up. Yeah, let me patch you up.
So, Jago, I believe Jack has 2 injuries.
Yeah, he's got face and knee, I think.
I'm not sure, because when I was first taken over by the thing, that wasn't an injury, despite me taking the damage.
It's only the 2 injuries, yeah.
Wait, where's the second injury come from?
One in your knee, one in your face.
That wasn't was that an injury? I don't think that was an injury.
Definitively more than 5 damage.
It was an injury.
Oh, fuck, yeah, no, it was stupid damage. Okay, yeah, no, fair. So, yeah, 2.
Yeah. So it's difficulty 4 to begin with complication range of 16.
In which case, 16 is exactly the same as my success, though.
Yeah, but
it will still complicate even if you succeed.
Okay, so I have
complication isn't a failure; it just means something's not gone to plan.
No, it's
unless you're me, and then it's just always failures.
No. The thing that just confused me a bit was that even though where's my character?
You could succeed, but in a complicated way.
Because it's 11 plus 5. It's 16. Yeah. Okay, I'll buy 2 more dice and hope that I don't roll 16 then. So we've got 13 charges left on the lap. 4 dice. See how if I damage Jago any further. Sorry, Jago. I keep pronouncing this off. Success.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Crit.
Yay.
Success. That's 14. Nat 1, baby.
Oh,
so how many successes is that overall?
6.
5?
I would say.
6. Oh yeah, because there was a crit. There was
2
a 3.
crits. Yeah, there's 2 crits in there. Jesus Christ.
Finish up. Which were you focusing on first? Sorry, the knee or the face?
Probably the face, because that seems to be causing him the most amount of pain, I reckon.
I'm fucking ugly.
You start to stitch up the face, and again start kind of applying the last few remnants of the regenerative that you can find. Purely as his stock just isn't in that heavy of a supply. You start falling down to kind of lesser versions of it that are there to get rid of scars and that type of thing instead. It's still going to perform the duty it needs to, just less aggressively. That does also still leave the knee. But as you kind of finish up repairing his face, Jack, you just sat on the kind of table, accepting the work. You take a step back, start rummaging through the last of the supplies, and open up one of the cupboards. Wherein you find a few more vials of the substance you're looking for. However, nestled in between the vials, you find a small box, very well ornamented, a very fine wooden box, kind of very well designed, a beautiful lacquer, shining amount to it, and there's a little golden plaque on top that simply reads, "From the offices of Dr. Florence Black."
Black blood.
You just carefully take it out, unclasp it, and open it and find inside 2 doses of black blood.
I'm taking that.
That shit, gold dust.
Yeah.
Inside, there's also, in addition to the vials themselves, a long note explaining the benefits of the black blood and an invitation to Garrett, inviting him to a lecture that Dr. Black is hosting in 2 weeks in Faith.
Oh, I hope he enjoys it, because we're not going to fucking Faith. We're not going to the capital city whilst we're in the centre of a manhunt. Fuck off.
Yeah. It's very nice to find an invitation to a lecture by the doctor, but I will probably read the note and take the vials. I might leave the box in the letter with the invitation.
Little scribble underneath. Sorry.
Thank you. Love and kisses. Me.
It's just me, not a name. Me.
I don't have any void points. I was hoping to find like a bottle of whiskey in there as well for Jack. Maybe.
Unfortunately not.
Nah.
But at that, you kind of turn back and refocus your attentions on Jack's leg. Around the building, Edlynnne, you find yourself still sat within the front of house. Light slowly dawning out in the over the kind of interior sea outside of Southhurt, and starting to send little beams of sunlight in through the shuttered windows. And just that warmth that accompanies them.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna basically just keep watch, trying not to think about the shit show that was the last combat, and definitely probably having a few words to herself in her head about where she went wrong, where she can do better, where to get new dice from, because we all know we need those.
Basically, you're giving yourself a performance review.
Yeah, basically, she's just being like, okay, could have done better here, what went well, absolutely nothing, see me after class, oh wait, everyone's dead that she knows and teaches her, it's fine. She's just basically just giving herself, like, just thinking back, thinking what she could have done better kind of thing, and just pretending like someone is telling her what to do, but not what to do, but telling her kind of where she went wrong and where to improve kind of thing. But
fair. Out around the back, Jules, you kind of lean on the back door, just watching the streets. You see the same thing, the sun rising and cutting over the buildings of Southhurt. After a bit of time, the door opens and the mask reapplied. Lottie steps outside, still kind of her rifle nestled in her arms as if one would carry a child. She just gives you a slight nod and just settles on the wall next to you, and the two of you just watch the sun begin to rise over Southhurt.
I'll make small talk. I see you like your gun there. Why? Are you more of a... I'm guessing you don't like getting your hands dirty. I'd love some tips at all.
I can show you a trick or two.
How to shoot.
It was my mum's. She taught
Really?
me. Yeah. She weirdly got it from a friend in the war.
Right. And that's your mum's, and you carry it around. Was she close to you?
She was. She's, there's not a lot waiting for veterans these days. She married a man. My dad, obviously. He was he served in the Unification Wars, apparently jobs that he couldn't talk about.
Right.
But she just kind of raises the rifle. It's seen more action than I think I've seen Hot Meals. But yeah, I mean, she glances down at the pistol that's kind of just in your belt. She's aware of it. Keep hold of it.
Well, I used to have a class NAS gun. I was given it by the owner of the last place I worked at. Because we were in a rough area. And it was kind of a gift, honestly, for working so hard in this area. But after one thing led to another, that town and that kind of area was kind of ransacked by these brutes they call the Inquisition and stuff like that, and I've just I had it as kind of a reminder of why I help other people, but now I realize that the gun wasn't the reason why I help other people. It was it was to do better. It was to help others. It was never for me. It was just to help others. And yeah,
Good reason. Better reason than most have for picking up a gun. Better than the reason I had.
well, you picked up for one reason, but look at you now. You're helping us. You're doing good work. You really are.
Well, let's hope that continues. She says, and her hand just kind of lingers down in between the two of you, and you just feel it kind of just reach out a little bit to try and take yours.
I'd take it and like give her a nice grasp.
She kind of very firmly squeezes your hand, and as you kind of both sit there and just watch the sun peek over the buildings, is where we will end for this evening.
Oh, we actually end on a happy note.
Yay! That was really cute.
So wholesome.
That's so
So
awesome.
All right,
Congratulations.
I'm gonna just,
Ben, this is what it's like to have a session where we're not all screaming at you.
all right, I'm gonna go
I
start.
don't like it.
I'm gonna go start looking up wedding dresses. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we're gonna start planning the wedding.
It'll be amazing.
I love them already. Oh my god.
Well, first and foremost, you all gain 15 XP.
15.
I don't feel like I even deserve one XP.
I can put another point into a thing when we next change scene.
15 XP. Let's go.
And well, once again, that's us for the week. I'd like to extend a firm thank you to our sponsors for tonight. We have the same people who always reach out to lend a hand here, there, and everywhere. And as Jago will hopefully now be able to point out, and maybe even point Holly at them after the way her dice have firmly betrayed her.
Yeah, these are going
yeah.
in the fucking blender or something.
Yeah.
I swear down.
Jago got me these dice, and they're lovely.
I'm just
I
saying.
didn't get our dice from our sponsors.
I'm
so
just
probably
saying.
shouldn't
I
be.
have 8 D20s, and
Oh.
every single one of them fucked me up tonight.
They betrayed you.
Every one of them.
Just
Not
make sure there are
happy.
no hands you don't recognize near your dice.
Might have been what I saw earlier. Honestly, I'm a bit
knows?
cheeky.
Boundary.
But if you too would like some wonderful dice by some wonderful people, you can head on over to Norse Foundry, who custom make each of the dice, and you can use the code TIO15 at checkout for 15% off there. If you would really like more dice, and of course you do, you can also head on over to Mithril Armory and use the code Initiative there for 10% off. Or, of course, finally, if you'd like some from the Initiative Order's very own Taryn, you can also head to Umbral Oculus Dice and use the code TIO and use the code Initiative. Again, I should know that off the top of my head. And of course, finally, if you like to wear your your very own merch from some wonderful places, head on over to Session Zero Clothing, where you can get some beautiful D&D inspired streetwear. And once again, use the code ORDER at the checkout there for 15% off. But that ends it for tonight. So once again, I have been Ben, and our lovely, lovely crew are, of course, Lynn. You can tell us who you are and where we can quickly find you.
Yes, hello, I am Lynn. I've played Cecily this evening. I'm also known as Pan or Pantoof Art or Pantoofles Art on Instagram and on Twitch. I've just popped my Insta link in the chat, so if you want to check out what I do, or just want to follow me on Twitch, feel free to click the link for chill arts, hangouts, and stuff like that.
Just doing a wonderful piece of Darth Revan at the moment, and I don't know who asked.
I have no idea who
So
suggested
good.
No idea.
that.
No.
No
Probably
idea who
some
suggested it.
dickhead.
Yeah.
Probably some dickhead.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jago. Yeah. No, I rein back my lovely hand-holding scene.
You put it in the open now.
Yeah.
It's happened. You can't take that away from me. I need
Canon.
I need something happy tonight, please.
Who are you, Jago? Where can we find you?
I'm Jago. I'm the resident dice goblin. You can find me here. There's not much place interesting. I don't do things.
Fair and depressing. Holly?
Hi, I'm Holly. I play Edlynnne. I don't want to talk about what she didn't even. You know what? I'm not even going to go on it. You can
Holy
find me.
water.
Yeah. You can find me over on Instagram at HollyID I don't post anything to my actual posts, but I'm on my stories quite a lot. So if you just want to know what I'm listening to, what I'm making, and what games I'm playing, because who wants to do uni work when it's due in like 10 days, then yeah, you can follow me there. Maybe one day I'll have a song out. Who knows? I don't know.
Soon.
Time will tell.
Who knows anymore?
I mean, there's at least one piece of her music you listen to every time you watch us. And
Because
finally,
I'm forcing
Max.
people to play it.
Hi, I'm Max. I play Jules with a really bad accent. So if you need to find me, I'll be on Instagram at YalletMax, where you can berate me there.
You're not wrong. I'll get on that straight away after this as well. Don't worry. And if you do, for some horrifying reason, would like to find me anywhere, I am on everything at Try Again Ben, and I post once a year, if that.
Annually post.
Social media. But once again, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again next time at Chalice. Good night.